Hey guys, let me take a minute to talk to you about our new sponsors, Polysleep. Head over to polysleep.ca and check out their amazing assortment of mattresses and luxurious pillows. Polysleep is a 100% local Quebec-based company. They don't get their stuff from overseas and build them here. They do everything locally because they hate foreigners. Head over to polysleep.ca, use the promo code Pantelis25 and get yourself 25% off anything on the website. These guys are pretty cool. It's all online. They don't have local stores. They deliver it to your house. And their foamy mattresses have this antimicrobial foam to fight germs. I don't know about this. They informed me that after a certain amount of time of you sleeping on your bed, like 10 years, it gains 20 pounds in weight from all these germs and dead skin. It is disgusting, all right? So you get yourself a good mattress from polysleep.ca. Plus, they're supporting the show, so you know they're cool. And they have a sense of humor because they're letting me talk about it. And they have celebrity endorsements. Myself, Mike Ward, both Homer and O.J. Simpson. These are deals to die and or kill for. Pantelis25 is the promo code. Head over to Polysleep. Help out our homies. They'll help us out, and we'll keep making cool-ass podcasts.
Ladies and gentlemen, my camera's malfunctioning this morning. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Show. Oh, my camera froze again. Well, anyways, I'm just gonna cut straight to George, and he's malfunctioning also. Phil, we're on you because I gotta fix George. What? Welcome to another episode of The Morning Show. Don't forget, head on over, ladies and gentlemen, to patreon.com/Pantelis. That's where all the exclusive stuff are. Such as my show, In Bed with Poseidon, every Saturday, 4 p.m. with the lovely Annabelle. We may or may not have a guest coming up in the coming weekends. So yeah, don't forget about that. Also, you get exclusive content on patreon.com/Pantelis first and then later released. And don't forget, the man of the hour, George Sandrizos. How you doing, George?
Hang on, everyone.
Oh shit, show.
That was the strangest intro ever.
Yeah, well, because my camera isn't working properly, it keeps freezing. So, for those of you who don't know, George is the host of the Backstage podcast, where basically he gets together with other politicians and conspires against the nation. And then he also has the Just As Dads podcast, where he gets together with other fathers and talk about father-related stuff. And then, of course, we have Mr. Philip Balabanos.
Hold on.
Yeah, there you
My
are.
front door is someone's knocking on my front door.
Someone's knocking on your front door. That's creepy. For those of you who don't know, Phil is the host of the show Fill My Hole, where he basically goes around investigating filling holes and of the sorts. And also, he makes great commercials, from what I hear. Isn't that right, George?
He makes the best commercials.
Makes the best commercials. There you go.
I have had the pleasure of working with Phil on several projects, actually. He's a true professional.
There you go. So, that's it. So head on over to Phil's website, and if you need a commercial, he's got your back. That's it.
All right, Phil, everything's okay?
Yeah, sorry, my wife has a course today, so I had to stay home to do the stream, and our groceries just arrived.
Mr. George, what is in the news cycle?
Guys, I was just now, as the intro was playing, I was going through Twitter, and I just saw that the Canadians fired Claude Julien and what's the other guy? Kirk Muller.
Who are these people?
It's the coaching staff of the Montreal Canadiens.
The hockey team?
It's the water polo team that we have here in Montreal.
I love water polo. It's great when they play it on the ice.
Why did they get fired?
So, yeah, that just came in. I don't know if there's any hockey fans there in the chat. I'm assuming that there's very little. But, yeah, strange. I mean, I honestly thought those guys were going to stick around, especially Kirk Muller. I mean, I thought he was very much loved over here. But they have...
I had his hockey stick as a child, signed. I had won it from, Blockbuster Video. They had done, a giveaway.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. It was Patrice... what's his name? Brisebois.
Of all players, Brisebois, that's who they had.
I mean, he was the only one who cared, I guess.
They had to take a francophone, like a Quebec hockey player, to promote him in the local video store.
I mean, it was the 90s, man. It was a wild time.
Yeah, Brisebois. I once was at a game with the Canadians when Breezeball was playing, and it was happening here, obviously in Montreal, and they were losing, no surprise. And every time he would touch the puck, the fans would boo him.
That just seems mean.
That is
But
mean.
but we have very rough fans here in Montreal, man. Everything
Yes.
is tough here. You know, the media is tough on the hockey players. The fans are ruthless. I mean, I'm sure there's other cities that is worse than Montreal, but I mean, we're not nice. We're not nice at all.
Yeah, and I've heard crazy stories of other people like wearing other jerseys, especially Boston. Did you remember that story a long time ago of this girl getting beaten up because she wore a Boston jersey?
Here in Montreal, no, never heard that.
Yeah. That was a long time ago though. So yeah, we have hardcore fans for the Habs.
Well, look,
I'm not switching cameras today. What's happening?
Sorry, no, I'm switching, but George is talking, and I was fixing my camera, Phil.
Oh, you're still not working? Okay.
Yeah, because
he's still a Smurf.
I like the Smurf colors.
yeah,
I'm
it's,
pretty sure that's the GoPro about to die.
No. I think
It
it's fine.
feels that way. It's at the end of its life. Did you leave it on again for 5 days?
No, I have.
Sure.
Yes, 100%.
All right.
100%. Yeah, you left it on?
No, 100%. I didn't leave it on.
Oh, okay.
George, what kind of news we got today? Like, what's going on?
I'd like to start
I'm
with
still
something
coming off,
positive.
my
Let's start
just
with-
dad's high.
Yeah. We got a special episode dropping in on Friday, ladies
Hey.
and gentlemen.
5 hours long.
5 hours long?
No.
Oh.
Like 2 hours.
Oh, okay.
Let's start off on a positive note. Did you guys see the pictures coming out of Mars, that the rover in Mars on Mars?
Yeah.
Spoke about this I think last week, where there was this the Mars expedition, and we were anticipating these rovers to land. Well, finally the U.S. landed theirs last week on Thursday, and the images coming out of that are just exceptional. I don't know if you had the chance, Phil, to look at them.
Yeah.
Isn't it great? Isn't it amazing?
I saw on Facebook, like when you move the
Yeah, that
AR.
3D thing, the 360.
Yeah, the 360, and it was cool, man. You like see the Martian horizon, you see the stars because there's no atmosphere.
Yeah,
Really cool stuff.
Really impressive. Really impressive. And I saw the video. What'd you say?
All these people sharing shit like it costs X billion dollars to go to Mars, but it only costs a few million to end famine. I was like, look, I get it. People are hungry, life sucks. I get it. But just because we're struggling, does that mean we stop exploring fucking stuff? I mean, that's what makes us human beings.
Yeah. I mean, I get their point too, right? I mean,
Yeah, me too.
they could provide an enormous.
By the way,
help.
gentlemen, I don't mean to interrupt, but the man of the hour is here.
I'm not the man of the hour. It's a fucking show. Why did you interrupt?
Woohoo.
That was so stupid. You did the worst
It's
thing a
okay.
producer could do. You literally cut their flow for no reason.
My apologies.
I mean, now it's just awkward, and I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
We're talking about Mars, Pantelis. I don't know if you saw the pictures coming out of Mars.
Yeah, I saw the photos.
Really
cool.
Really cool stuff. You know, I was saying that I was watching.
Fake news.
saw-
Fake
Yeah,
news.
fake news. Yeah. No, I was saying that I saw the video of the landing, and it's really cool. You know, it shows the thing coming, just approaching Mars, then landing. Like, I'm not a space nerd or anything like that, but honestly, I found that really amazing.
It does
Pretty
look cool.
cool.
It's cool that now we have color photos.
Do we
Yeah.
have what?
Because when they first went there, they used the low-res camera, and it had black and white videos. Now you could see what it looks like if you're really there.
It's pretty cool.
It's really
Yeah.
spectacular.
Yeah, but what does this mean for anything, George? Is this just millions and billions of dollars wasted, or are we moving?
It doesn't really matter, man. It's a question of getting out there and seeing what's going on. It's cool.
Are you still sick, Phil?
No, I'm trying to keep my voice down because it's fucking condo life. The baby's sleeping like 10 feet, and I think I just woke her. I hear her crying.
This is it. We hired the big guns for this episode.
What do you mean?
That's just funny. It's like now going to a correspondent, you're like, hey guys, what's happening?
I was telling George
That time
before.
it's just funny.
Baby slumbers.
Yeah.
No, I my wife has a course, so like I couldn't leave the house today. She's doing a CPA course.
Is that to get recertified or to gain more levels?
No, they have to do like X amount of hours per year to maintain their certification. I mean,
Fuck,
it
that's
seems like
dirty.
a cash grab to
Yeah.
me.
I hate when
So-
they fuck with people like that.
It's crazy. Like,
But you would
How
assume,
often?
you would assume that the people working in the industry, like as accountants or in any related field like that, wouldn't need the extra hours because they're using their expertise in their work. Like, I mean, if I was an accountant or a CPA, but I wasn't practicing,
Yeah.
then I would understand. Okay, Sammy, let me do the courses.
yeah, that's like
But
that's called
I'm doing
unemployment.
this for real life. I know what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, look, some things. I mean, tax laws change. That I mean, that kind of stuff. Sure, you get an update, but you can do that in an email. Do you need a fucking whole day course?
Yeah.
An
Just
email.
send me an email.
Point form.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
is what
like-
changed.
Sum up
Please
the
take
differences. Goofy.
It's pretty silly.
So
but,
the Mars thing, do you know what it means for us, George? Is it something important? Like, it's important historically, I understand, but are we doing anything with this now that we have the knowledge that we could make it?
The purpose now is obviously to look for signs of life. They're gonna extract pieces, and from what I read, they're gonna send another mission to Mars to pick those samples and bring them back to Earth. But the rover they have there is capable of analyzing and doing all sorts of intelligent stuff there. But the actual pieces that the rover is going to pick up to analyze, they will be kept somewhere, and another mission will go to pick them up and bring them back to Earth. I don't know. It's pretty cool. I mean, the whole thing, just landing on a whole other planet and to have this sophisticated technology. To see what's happening over there and to evaluate the status of the land over there or the surface. I just think it's cool. I mean,
it is cool.
I think of like our parents, for example, who, I mean, just if you take a second to picture their reality when they were like growing up, where there's no internet, there's no cell phones. Like, imagine telling these people back in the 50s that, one day you're gonna have a little device that you'll be able to scroll through and see what's happening all over the world. We're gonna be getting high quality images from another planet. They would really think you're crazy.
No, they would be
Probably.
like, shut up, witch! Burner!
Yeah.
By the way, I read something interesting about the Mars rover.
Yeah.
It says, why is it important? If it succeeds, the mission may serve as a crucial turning point in Mars exploration. It could bridge the earlier findings of water, methane, and organics to more firm evidence of life and habitability, and also serve as a herald for future human missions as soon as the 2030s.
So we're not going to enjoy life on other planets, is what you're telling me. Maybe in
No.
200 years they will.
Yeah, I mean, that's
2030s is in 9 years.
2030 is when they're going to go back to pick up the shit, you fucking retard. It's not when we're moving to Mars.
Oh, moving you meant. Ah, yes.
Yeah, when I said moving to Mars, I meant moving.
Yeah, nice cover.
Well, what did you think I meant by moving? I'm just curious.
Like with his luggage and everything.
He meant like you're gonna do this.
What did you think I meant by moving?
Moving.
Oh,
your
you meant
fingers.
moving. By moving. Oh, bro, sorry. When you said moving, I thought you meant looking at pictures. I'm sorry.
Look, I'm not a morning person.
We
Do
know.
you guys think that there's ever going to be that, we're ever going to see like a person actually landing on Mars? Like, do you think they're going to send an expedition?
Ooh, do you think we're gonna see it, or
They
is it
will send for sure, because there's always
Yeah.
these fucking hyper nerds that don't care about anything else, and they're like, I don't need a real life, and they're just gonna go there because it's a one-way ticket apparently.
Really? Why? How so?
Well, because we
too
have
long.
the technology to get you there, right? But then you burned out all your fuel, all everything. You can't get back. So we can get you there with equipment. You could start building. So then someone else comes after you. They continue building all that. But unless by the time they build a base there to build stuff, build a rocket and send you back, which is going to be almost never, it's like in 100 years or whatever, you're not coming back. So it's one-way tickets. But there's people that volunteered for that a few years ago. People that said
Yeah, I
we're
thought they had,
willing
like,
to
a
do
whole
it.
thing where they're training people for the Mars missions.
Yeah. People are willing to do that. People are willing to sacrifice everything to be the first people to go live on Mars. It'd be
What a
crazy.
dumb thing to
They
do.
live for a month, and then that's when it happens. The aliens that are already there show up. What you doing in my neighborhood, Vato? Red or
Get out
dead,
of here,
homie?
gringo.
I mean, there's a lot of questionable things, I mean, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist or anything like that, but I mean, I do question how, if we ever did send anyone on the moon, have we not repeated it? Why have we not gone back? I mean, why was it only that one time?
Do you want to know?
Gonna be that kind of morning. All right, let's do it.
Do you want to know real or conspiracy? I'll give you both.
Conspiracy.
Conspiracy. There's a few of them. One is that the aliens told them, "Don't ever fucking come back here, you goofy humans." That's one conspiracy. Another conspiracy is that they have gone back many times. The thing is, the videos that you saw weren't videos from the moon, even though they did go to the moon. They couldn't get those videos back. They was staged so that they win the space race, so that the Russians could fuck off.
You think it was staged? Yeah.
What do you got? I'm listing out all the conspiracy. You think it was staged? Yeah. I think 100% I understand why it would be staged. It makes sense. You don't want the USSR to win the space race. I get it. But by now, I'm pretty sure that we were able to make it to the goddamn moon. Even if the videos were faked, I think we could have made it to the moon.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
What is there? The other thing that people were telling me, because I asked the same thing, they go, well, what is there for NASA to do now? There's nothing there for us. Unless you're going to build a base, there's no reason to be spending millions of dollars to visit as a tourist.
Right.
It's just a lot of money.
There's not much to do.
There's not much to do.
They closed Moon Disney like 6 years ago. So what else are you going to do when you get there?
Once Moon Disney starts up, that's the only thing. However, it is pretty cool to think about, like, because I had seen all kinds of weird shit about. There was a whole documentary about how the landing videos, what you see, were staged, but there was a very important reason behind it. They did go, but they had these as backup files just in case they couldn't get the film back, they couldn't get video back, and then they had to prove it so that the Russians don't move on ahead. There's all kinds of, it wasn't like conspiracy, like they're trying to trick you because the government's, it was more of we can't let the Russians win type of thing. So that's what they say.
I mean, I still even as a video professional, I still can't fully understand how they broadcast like prototype video cassettes, because that's what it was. It was like an analog.
There's a lot of weirdness. They said, what is that? The Van Allen radiation belt, that technically the film would have been obsolete. There's a lot that I've even seen photos from the beginning where they fucked up, and there's the crosshairs, like the overlay of the camera. But I guess the guy that was adding the stuff on the bottom, one of the things is over the crosshair. It's like a backpack or whatever, but it's over the crosshair of the camera. So it's supposed to be the first layer, but that thing is over part of one of the crosshairs. Like he added it later, like it was a thing in the background. It was in the documentary. There's a lot of like movie mistakes.
I think I've seen that. That doesn't make any sense. That whole thing falls apart when you understand how compositing works.
So explain it. Explain it.
So if you're adding crosshairs as an overlay, it becomes the top layer, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So the thing is, things that are in the frame, because even if it's fake, hypothetically, you're still filming something on like a stage, a sound stage,
it was a photo.
Screen.
Yeah.
How would you then, with the technology of the 60s, which only had like rotoscoping and like overlay compositing, how could the backpack that you filmed be over the crosshair? It's just not possible.
But that's what the photo has. You can find these photos. That's what the photo has. They're over. It's over the crosshairs. That's what we're saying.
But that couldn't happen as an artifact of doctoring something. The only way that can happen in that example is that someone then took that photo, erased part of the crosshair to make it look like someone did it wrong.
I don't think NASA would do that, because these are the official NASA photos.
But I think conspiracy nuts would.
No, but these are the official NASA photos. You can still find them. They're still out there.
There's a lot directly from NASA when you saw them. That's the point I'm trying to make.
That's what they. So you're telling me NASA sent it out to the medias, and then in between somewhere someone doctored it.
Someone fucked with it, or it's
fuck, man, that is the dumbest conspiracy I've ever heard in my goddamn life.
It is. They all are.
That is the dumbest thing I've heard. Also, that was
why is it dumb?
Because they were
people fake Bigfoot sightings all the time. If people want to make something, they'll do it.
But this is not something. This is something you have to notice. This is something that took years for people to talk about. It wasn't something that was brought up in the beginning.
Or someone showed it to you?
I didn't even. I had to see the pictures to see them. It was years later. Nobody ever brought this up until they started looking into it in the 90s. No one ever brought this up. So you're telling me they did this for the gag that was going to pay off 30 years later?
I'm not saying they did it 30 years prior. I'm saying maybe someone did it after. Or maybe it's not even what it seems. It's just bad fucking resolution. It doesn't make sense that could happen in a forgery. What are we talking about? Why are we talking about this? Did the audio cut out? What happened?
I'm looking at Poseidon's face.
Everyone's just longingly staring at each other.
Okay. Poseidon's face said it all. So it was making me laugh.
You missed before you got here. Poseidon was a Smurf.
Oh, was he?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he was purple, and then he was blue, and then he was green. It was great.
the middle camera was malfunctioning.
Oh yeah, you just have to unplug the HDMI and put it back in.
Well, yeah, I turned it off and
Yeah, he
the
did.
whole shebang.
I
It
don't
was
know
a
why
very,
it does that.
very interesting introduction today. Let's leave it at that.
Did you plug everyone?
Yes, I did.
Good job. All right, so what's next on the docket, George?
Yeah. Guys, last week we spoke about, on Friday, I told you guys about a motion that was being tabled on Monday, so 2 days ago in the parliament, asking for the MPs to recognize the genocide in China and that there was going to be a vote. They had debated this whole issue all of last week. So the vote happened on Monday, and, to no one's surprise, it pretty much passed with a huge majority. I mean, everyone pretty much voted in favor. Here's what's funny, though, about this situation, right? Well, basically, just to tell people what's going on here. So they vote on a motion that was tabled by the Conservative Party of Canada, again, to recognize the genocide in China. But also, the Conservative Party added an amendment to the motion to demand that the Olympic Games be relocated. So this is a new thing. So you're voting for these two things while you're while the vote was taking place.
Do you vote where it should be located?
I don't know, just to force the International Olympic Committee to relocate those games based on the grounds that there is a genocide underway in China. So pretty much everyone voted. Most of the Liberal MPs were in the House, and they voted in favor. The funny thing here is that there was absolutely nobody from the ministerial caucus, and including obviously Justin Trudeau. So they abstained completely. The only minister that was in the House was Marc Garneau, who is the newly appointed Foreign Affairs Minister, who was just there to get up and say that on behalf of the government, I abstain, right? And I mean, this is what's weird in this situation, because I was reading an article where the Prime Minister's office was saying that, this is an issue that we left as an open vote so that our MPs can vote based on their conscience. And that's why they were there to vote. They didn't say that, yes, we approve or yes, we agree or anything like that. They just said that, well, look, it's left to the discretion of the MPs, and they can come and do whatever they want. But if that's the case, isn't it weird that your entire ministerial caucus is absent? Like, fuck, what do you take us for? You know what I mean? Anyway, so nobody was there from the Canadian ministers. The motion obviously passed. Immediately, the Chinese embassy in Canada went fucking haywire. They issued a statement stating that the majority of the MPs haven't ever been to China and they have no idea what they're talking about, that they've been manipulated in an attempt to interfere with China's internal affairs. They go as far as to call them hypocrites, and that there's going to be definite consequences in the relations between China and Canada. And then of course the Foreign Affairs Minister came out. I want to find his tweet because it was just so ridiculous. I don't know who writes these things. Honestly, I don't know who writes these things. Where is it? Anyway, I can't find it now, but it was a generic thing, like, we will continue to work with our partners and blah blah blah. And they're still calling for an independent investigation. What is it that they don't understand? Isn't it obvious that China won't let anyone go in to investigate on the matter? Well, why are you, as a government of Canada, pressing for that to happen? Like, I don't understand.
I think
you haven't.
It's all fake. I think it's all fake, George, because I think this is all fake. Like, they're trying to investigate. They know that they're not going to investigate. This is all posturing, because I saw what happened with Trudeau and refusing to call the genocide of the Uyghurs a genocide. So they don't have the balls to stand up to China. So this is all posturing. This is all be like, no, of course we have the balls. We're just not calling it a genocide. Look what we're doing here. Here we're pushing to investigate. They're not. This is all posturing. This is fake news.
The question now, because like I told you guys last week, a motion tabled in the House is not binding, right? It's not because the motion passed that automatically it means anything. But the significance of a motion being passed in the House is that it reflects the beliefs of your elected officials, right? So now we're talking about 266 that voted in favor. The rest, I mean, either they weren't there, or in the case of the ministerial caucus, they were all they all abstained. but
from sex.
the
Not by choice.
well, anyways, no, of course I don't think so. So anyway, so this week, following this whole approval of the motion in the House, the opposition is asking the government to officially announce a position on the matter and to make a public statement. So, like, basically, this usually follows that motion. Since the motion was approved in the House, why don't we have an official statement from the government recognizing the genocide? And this is where it's going to come down to now, to see if whether or not he will make any move like that, because he has a lot of his MPs that voted in favor of this motion. It's going to be tricky. I think the Conservatives played it very intelligently with this motion. They knew that they had the backing of the other opposition, so in any case, it was going to pass. But the fact is that a lot of Liberal MPs were compelled to vote in favor. So now Trudeau is kind of boxed into a corner. Like, what are you going to do? Are you going to avoid this issue altogether, even though that you have almost all of your MPs that voted in favor? Or are you going to find some way of, I don't know.
I know what he can do.
What?
Yeah.
He can vote for the motion.
Yeah, with that fucking Coke smile. What, you know, the
So
thing is,
good.
George, what are we doing? Like, I don't understand. Are we the free world or are we not? Like,
No, we're not.
how can we stand up and say, oh, you know, whenever there's someone oppressed, they could come to us and we accept everyone and we're willing to fight. But the second it's a bigger bully, we cower and we're like, oh shit, no, I don't want trouble. Yeah, kill whoever you want. That's cool. Then it's all fake. It's all meaningless. It's all, you
Listen,
have to, this is when you have to stand
from
up.
what I'm reading, there seems to be a lot of concern with the government and this fear they have of repercussions happening to the Michaels that are captive in China. So they don't want to rock the boat too much because they don't want to affect anything happening.
Okay, dude, we've been pussies when it comes to China way before.
Fucking bullshit.
But
man.
way before
Of course it's
Hawaii.
bullshit. Of course it's bullshit, because at the same time, it's like, okay, we know there's this situation happening. It's sad. You should find some way diplomatically to resolve this situation. But at the same time, this is something completely different that has nothing to do with these people being imprisoned.
No, it doesn't. But at the same time, if you're scared of repercussions for the 2 Canadian citizens who are being illegally detained by China, I mean, that's more reason to fucking say something. They shouldn't be illegally detaining anybody who's a Canadian citizen. Like, put on your big boy pants and call China and say, hey, listen, China, fuck you.
We ain't
In that
playing.
respect,
We ain't fucking playing.
With respect to that, I mean, they have come out and they voiced their disappointment, and they're trying through the U.S. now.
Did they? Did they voice their disappointment?
Yeah. No, but what I'm saying is that I mean, it's not as if they're hiding.
China, we're disappointed in you. Oh, I don't give a fuck.
It's a question of biting the hand that feeds you. We've given them too much control over our day-to-day existence.
Yeah.
They can't even do anything to China anymore. China played their cards right. They fucked us.
Yeah.
They
And it's like, what are you
own
gonna
our
do now?
assets.
Like, they put you to the test, and you're failing miserably every single day. And in addition to that, you're seeking help from the U.S., a country to whom you've sent their prisoner, right? The Chinese woman. So how do you want China to even take the U.S. seriously? Like, obviously,
maybe it's also like subterfuge. Like, we're pretending to be bitches, but really, no.
No,
And I
you
back.
wish.
Take it back.
We
I do
wish.
wish.
We should,
Absolutely.
though, get together with the U.S. and be like, listen, this will not stand. We will make a united front. Also, let's convince the Ruskies. All right?
I think the Ruskies would be on board to go after China.
No, the Ruskies are tight with China.
But they could be China.
They what?
I mean, as far as manufacturing, like they have
I don't know.
enough
Russians aren't
human
willing.
rights
Russians
issues
aren't
where
really
they
willing
can
to do
easily-
that. You know that, like the whole super industrialized third world going into second world, building first world products. It's not for every country. There's certain cultures that you can't get people to agree to that right now, like to the slave labor
I feel
camps
like
and all that
Russia
shit.
has enough minorities that they don't care about that they could.
To do what China does, no, it's impossible.
Yeah.
Also,
You need like fucking in each city you need like millions of human slaves. Like I don't think they have that many people. Or they expendable
Drones.
in Russia.
yeah, Russia only has a population of 145 million.
Oh, that's in the
That's
grand
it?
scheme of Chinese things. That's nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like one neighborhood in like fucking the smallest Chinese city.
it's a village. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's what's happening with China. Obviously, the relationships aren't getting better anytime soon, I think. But it's going to be interesting to see how the government evolves after this mandate. There's a lot of pressure on Justin Trudeau right now. I still believe that he's looking forward to a spring election. So around April, May, around there, maybe we'll be going to the polls. So I think he's
Did somebody
trying to
say
kind of,
spring erection? Not his wife. Carry on.
Erection stimulation.
yeah. So I think he's trying to be very careful. I think he's trying as much as possible to play his cards right. But at the same time, I mean, if this whole China thing comes into question, it could be an issue that really fucks up the election for him. You know,
It
so
won't,
I don't know.
though. It won't. Most
Yeah,
Canadians have
I mean,
no idea what's going on.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
These are the same fucking. This is the same electorate that, you know, when someone says something about China, they're like, "That's racist."
Yeah, seriously. Like, yo, so what's to do with China killing people? Stop being racist, bro. It's how they do things. So stupid.
You know.
Ridiculous.
Speaking of
That's what Biden did.
speaking of all this cancel culture and all these weird times that we're living in,
Wokeism.
I've been wokeism.
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 Yeah,
Wokeism. What is it?
Wokeism. Activism, wokeism.
Oh, good times.
Activism.
Something I've been meaning to tell you guys, and I don't know if you're aware or if you've been following. This happened maybe about a month ago. I heard it on the radio, and I was like, "Where are we going as a society?" I
Okay, go.
cannot believe that this is what.
I'm listening.
What happened?
He cut off.
Oh, that's what happened. The government got him.
You know,
The-
Whoa.
The government got him. The government got him. It's
Oh,
done.
shit.
Oh no, it's over.
It's done. It's over.
Assassination attempt.
He
What are we
comes
talking
back.
about?
He's like, "Oh, hello, friends. This is George Andrizos. I want to say China so good.
it's just very popular.
I apologize for my lies earlier.
Can you
China
hear
so
me,
good.
or-
China the best."
Oh Jesus Christ, what is happening?
Yeah.
I think they got. I think they really got to him.
Yeah. This is coming straight from Chinese propaganda department. It's so good.
Notice how I'm not speaking. I'm terrified.
How
So
funny.
frightened.
All I need now is a Chinese flag to pop up in front of him. I'm gonna fucking piss my pants laughing.
Oh my god.
Forget George propaganda.
Is he still on the Skype call at least?
He never
or
met a
is- if
Ooga.
He is, but he's completely
Ooga.
frozen.
I mean, now I want to know what he was gonna say. Oh, he left. He's gone.
He's gonna. He'll come back.
Oh,
He'll
I'm
come back.
huge.
Yeah, don't worry. You'll adjust to it. It'll adjust you once
Yeah,
the
yeah,
feed
that's fine.
My
stabilizes.
apologies.
There he is. Oh, look who's back.
Yeah. Welcome back. Ni hao.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, guys.
Oh, I have a theory.
It's okay.
Yeah. So
Go on. You were saying you saw it a few weeks ago. You're like, where are we going as a society?
So a couple of weeks ago, I saw, and I'm like, where the hell are we going, man? So basically, what's happening is that there's this very popular lawyer here in Montreal. Her name is Anne-France Goldwater. I don't know if you
Fuck,
guys
that's a
remember
cool
back
name.
in the day when the whole pit bull thing was happening in Montreal, and there
Yeah,
was
when he
this
came to do his
debate on whether
concert.
to have them euthanized and whatever. So Anne-France Goldwater, she's a very well-known human animal rights activist, and she defended that whole cause with the pit bulls, and she was on
Yeah.
that side, which I don't have a problem with. I don't necessarily agree with euthanizing pit bulls. I think it's the owners that have much more of a responsibility to play in that matter. But now,
Are you saying we should euthanize the owners?
no, I say the owners have a responsibility to take care of their animals so that they're not that aggressive. I have families
agree.
that
So
have two
kill
pit
them.
bulls,
Yeah.
and they were like the nicest dogs ever.
Exactly.
You know?
Thank you, George.
anyway.
George, a fighter for animal rights.
So now she's fighting this whole new cause, and guys,
Ooh.
get ready for this. It's
Hold
called.
on, hold on.
I'm waiting.
All right.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
It's called Speciesism. I don't know if you've heard of it.
No, but I've seen the movie, all three of them.
Me too, yes. I like the second one.
Species, very sexy alien.
Basically, PETA has started this whole campaign to combat what they call speciesism and to reduce cruelty by eliminating, all these derogatory definitions that are used. Like, for example, pig, dog, chicken. You're such a snake. You're
Yeah.
dirty. You're filthy like a pig. Don't be such a chicken. What a dog.
Yeah.
Like this kind of shit.
George,
So,
George, tag me
we
in.
are entering this strange fucking societal. I don't know what it's called.
Cut.
Tag me in, George. Tag me in.
Go ahead.
I'm in. I'm in. All right. Let's talk about PETA for a second. PETA, those fucking pedophiles. Let me talk about PETA. PETA, all right, this has been documented. They kidnap people's pets, dogs, because they say they shouldn't be people's pets, and then they put them in these giant fucking freezers and kill them. PETA is known for euthanizing a shit ton of animals that instead of giving them back to people, because they say people shouldn't have pets. Pets shouldn't exist, and if they're out there, they're gonna die. They're gonna be a nuisance, so they kill fucking animals. PETA is fucking garbage. PETA is trash, dude. PETA is fucking trash. On one hand, they say we love animals. On the other hand, we love them so much, you can't have them. Let's kill them. It's fucking Adolf Peter. That's what it is. It's fucking PETA is garbage. Carry on, George.
I was just listening. What the hell's going on over there?
Yeah, PETA is such shit, dude. I've even when I caught them a little while ago, there was fucking articles about this shit. I even tweeted at them, and I think they blocked me at one point. They panicked because yeah, dude, there was all kinds of people. Dude, there was this one fucking kid because he was poor. They fucking stole his dog, and they're like, oh well, we're gonna give back. He's like, it's my dog. Oh, and they took it to one of those camps, and they fucking killed it. And then the kid was fucking bawling. Right. Yeah. So that's their idea of mercy is euthanize. It's just like here when they. This is why I get mad about here. They go, oh, it's it's for the dog's own good to euthanize it. No, it's not. No, it's not. That's crazy talk. These people are fanatics.
If the dog
These
is
people
suffering,
are fanatics. I agree. We don't treat animals well. We got to treat them better. I love animals. They're adorable. But these people are not the right people. These are fanatical scumbags.
They had done the same thing to my bird, by the way.
They killed your bird?
Yeah, my bird had an eye infection, and my mom was very attached to it.
PETA killed Poseidon's bird.
And I was very attached to it because it would sit on my shoulder and it would like nibble on my ear like little kisses.
Like a continental soldier.
And what did they say? Oh no, that's a violent crime.
It had an eye infection, and instead of treating the eye infection, they said we're worried if it spreads, so we have to put the bird down.
Yeah.
And my mother didn't know any better. I was a kid.
Yeah, she didn't know any better.
And she didn't know any better either. And my mother was crying at the SPCA.
But PETA is full of shit. I've looked into this very much. PETA is garbage. PETA are garbage. They're fanatics. There's documentaries about this. They're fanatics in the worst. It's just like how it's obviously different, but just like in World War II, you know how they convince people? Fanatics. They're like, no, we got to make Germany stronger. And instead of actually fucking sitting down and working, they start fucking killing people. Same thing. Oh no, we care about the animals, so we kill them. Fuck these people.
Makes sense. It all tracks to a scared populace.
I'll say it again. Fuck PETA.
I just think it's crazy where we're headed, honestly. I mean, we've spoke, the last couple of weeks we've been talking about this whole cancel culture and all this, this movement now, this counter movement to force academic liberties and all, and now you hear about, controlling what we say about, what are you talking about, man? Like, I love animals, but they don't have the conscience we have. Like when you say you're dirty as a pig, the pig isn't getting offended here.
Pig's why you gotta say that stuff?
Like Phil, you're such a chicken. Like the chicken is not gonna be, hey man, that's so
racist. Hair.
Yeah,
I called my dog a little piggy. I called her a little monkey. She's not.
I have a theory here based on what's going on. I don't know if any of you guys can still see the chat. I think YouTube's having issues this morning.
Oh, YouTube has issues a lot lately. For live streams, a lot of people complain, but we're actually pretty lucky because some of my friends, they have trouble logging. They won't. It's like, well, you can't stream right now, so at least we're able to stream. I have just posted a Instagram photo of my little dog because I got enraged with PETA and I wanted to look at my dog. So now you can look at her too.
I mean, head over to @BigP4H.
She recently got a haircut. We got her groomed on Friday, and she knows that she's looking good.
Well, George, man, can you calm down with the communist propaganda, George? Stop.
Yeah, what
you're really overdoing it today.
Guys, that's not me, obviously. I think you guys already know that.
What are you talking about?
I can no longer open our stream on YouTube, and it all started when George started professing through visual aids.
Yo, what the fuck, George? China. George, listen, man. Who are you working for here? Are you working for Pantelis Comedy, or are you working for the goddamn Chinese fucking Communist Party? What's going on here, George?
I want the record to show for the people watching at CSIS that there is a man here who was in Canadian politics who now has, I won't say it, and there's another man who's a Canadian public figure wearing crimson. I, on the other hand, just saying. CSIS, help me, CSIS, help me.
Damn it, George.
But
George, go on. I like what I'm hearing in the sense that it's ridiculous. Instead of actually helping animals, putting effort, resources into finding homes, let's change our language because it's offensive to cows. I just don't
understand how sensitive we've become. I mean, the issues that need to be looked at, I agree, look into them. But Speciesism, man. Like, don't say dog because you're offending dog. Like, what?
Poor dogs. They must be so sad.
What's her name? The lawyer?
Anne-France Goldwater.
A traditional French name from the Normandy region.
It is a cool name, though. I'll give her that. Anne-France Goldwater. Fuck, it's a cool name.
I gotta go check on my small human for a second.
Oh, now I get it. Okay.
You saw a picture of her?
Yeah. Okay, I get it.
She's a very outspoken.
Yes. Pig has been used very loosely. I get it, but I get it, but come on, man. We're gonna change just because someone insulted you. We're gonna change all of language, and then you're gonna claim it's for the animals. You know why you want people to stop using those words. Come on.
All right. Let's move on. We're moving on to vaccinations. We've been talking about this. It seems like forever here in Quebec, and how horrible in general it's been. The rollout's been happening in Canada. As of Monday, the mass vaccination is starting in Quebec. So they're starting with the 85-year-old and over. Everyone that wants the vaccine, they can call to book an appointment, or they can register through the Click Santé. I don't know if you guys know the Click Santé. It's a site. It works fantastically well. Really quick, with a couple of clicks, like you've booked an appointment. It's really, really efficient. And yeah, so finally we've arrived. We're expecting to be administering 100,000 doses a week. And it seems to be very organized. I've been listening to a lot of health experts that are on the ground, putting all this together, and it seems as though things are on track, right? So I'm very satisfied with what I'm hearing. Actually, very, very impressed with the whole organization. The only question is, are we going to be able to sustain the vaccines? Is the federal government going to be able to provide vaccines on a weekly basis for us to just roll out the vaccination process as smoothly as possible? So yeah, the other good thing is that, once people are vaccinated, automatically they'll be given their second appointment on the spot for them to come back. I think it's within 80 or 90 days, which I feel, I mean, we've had a discussion before. Like, I think it's too much. In the beginning, they were talking about a couple of weeks, right? Remember, between the two vaccines, and now we're up to 3 months, man. It's
but I read an article that came out from I don't remember where, saying that there may be the data is now starting to show that by stretching out the vaccination period, one, it's not affecting. I mean, it's all theorized still. Like, the data, they don't have enough data, but they're saying it's possible that Quebec, being Quebec and just doing whatever the fuck they wanted, may actually turn out to be the right call. I mean, I'm not saying Quebec did the right thing because they did it with no info. They're like, we're just gonna guess, but they may have gotten lucky.
Got lucky with what?
That by stretching out the vaccine and partially immunizing more people that are at risk, it was the right call. Like,
how did they partially immunize people by not giving them the vaccine?
Say that again?
How did they partially immunize people without giving them the vaccine? I don't understand.
The second vaccine.
Yeah.
So you get a partial immunity after the first one.
But the scientists that made the vaccine told us that that's not the case. They said if you don't give it within the time frame, the second one and the first one is useless.
No, the actual Pfizer press release said they can't guarantee anything.
Yeah.
But now that people who are getting their second dose like 2 or 3 months later, they're seeing like an increase. I mean, I'm not even sure how they test that, to be honest. How do you even test that?
Yeah, do we need it though? Are they really going to force us to take it? Because
I don't think so.
You don't know. They're not allowed to force you to take any vaccine here.
I mean, certain people can't take it. Like, if you have severe food allergies, they're saying don't take it. If you're an asthmatic, they're saying don't take it. Like, they can't force you to take something that not everyone can take.
No, yeah. The idea is that if you want it, it should be available, and hopefully, like I said, the important thing for me is just so that we keep consistency, all throughout. I'm curious to see if, based on what Justin Trudeau is saying, that by the end of September, he wants every Canadian to have been vaccinated, should, the Canadian want to be vaccinated. Like, I mean...
By the end of when?
September. That's the plan.
2021?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, we're not on track for that at all in Quebec.
Well, in Quebec, we're not on track for anything. We're off the rails. By the way, the snow has departed, and the streets are back, and goddamn, they did not survive the winter.
No, they didn't at all.
I was transported.
I took a major wipeout this morning.
You saw one, or you almost took one?
No, I took one. I stepped out of the car to take my daughter into daycare,
Okay.
and it was just like this thin, invisible sheet of black ice the entire sidewalk.
Oh, that okay. No,
And
me, I was talking about like the actual
No, no.
condition of the streets.
oh yeah, no, I agree. But the reason I fell is because there was a massive pothole right behind where I parked, like with so much water in it, I had to like jump onto the sidewalk to get over it.
And you jump and
and
slid.
I just went after.
Oh, it's yeah.
I
I
believe
was
I could fly.
teleported this morning. I drove out of my house and I was like, oh my god, post-war Bosnia. How did I get here?
Yeah, it's
crazy.
fucking Sarajevo.
Yeah, it was
crazy.
very very bad. But you know, we do need money for these other campaigns.
Such as.
Huh? No, Poseidon's asking me for upstairs. You're talking about? Nah, fuck him at this point. We'll
They're making noise again.
yeah, we'll deal with it after.
Crazy. Honestly. The other day I was so frustrated when we were both there and we couldn't record at the same time.
But guys, we
Just-
don't hear anything. Maybe is it possible that you guys hear it, but it doesn't? I mean,
That's not the point.
That's not the
Yeah.
point. It's not gonna. The only reason why it doesn't catch is because I played around with all the microphones in the studio, for the what's it called, the
Background noise suppression.
yeah. And there's another thing for it, the bottom, whatever the fuck it was, like what it actually catches and when the mic cuts. And I did it on purpose.
The low pass.
Yeah, the high pass filter and the low pass
high
filter.
pass.
So and purposely because of shit like that, but it shouldn't. It's basically, George, it shouldn't be happening. I got a bill that is mounting that I'm gonna send them. So that's gonna be funny when they get that.
They're gonna be like, but we make best soundproof in all of USA.
No, I sent. Spiro had a meeting last week with them, and they freaked out because he showed them the documents. He goes, "By the way, this is what you guys fucked up on. This is the breach. This is the civil code that allows us, if we want to break the lease right now. This is how much you've cost Pantelis in the time being, and he hasn't shipped you a bill. He's trying to keep it civil, but you guys continue, so you're gonna end up eating this." So he went in hardcore last week.
I mean, it needs to be done. We need to make a decision. Come spring, I just can't believe that there's a potential that as soon as we exit lockdown,
We have to move
we're going to
again.
be right back where we were at the end of the first lockdown, looking to move, or not looking, but moving. And I'm going to be moving home soon. And that, like, the idea of moving the studio and home, like, ugh,
Terrifying.
not terrifying. It sounds terribly unpleasant.
It's a matter of time. I mean, they're preparing the space above you or whatever next to you. I mean,
No.
eventually-
Above us, it's a different problem because above us, it's like they use it for storage, so it's always like jiggers. So yeah, so that and they were supposed to move to the third floor, but since I hear them now, I guess they haven't fully moved to the third floor. So that's the other piss off, is that they put us right under the one moving company. Like they basically handle this as dumb as possible. They really handle this poorly, and that's what's gonna fuck them over in the end. Like there was a lot of negligence and stuff done on purpose.
Nothing was done out of malice. It was
Nothing was done out of malice. It was
done out of
all stupidity. Yeah. The only thing that was done out of mischief was the problem when they built the walls here. That was done out of complete fuckery because they did stuff that you're not supposed to do. Like you're supposed to insulate all the walls. Like that's a no-brainer. So there's some fuckery. Yeah, there was some fuckery afoot too.
If we really wanted to, we could shoot like a low-budget horror movie at studio, like where Pantelis is leaning up against the wall, and I just punch through and grab him and pull through.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Poseidon. Poseidon can do it to a real wall. I can't. I'm look at these little tiny little guns, but I could punch through that thing and pull you right through.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I still love the studio though. It's this weird, like, it's like a child who disappoints you. You still love them.
Yeah, well, I just care about the noise, to be honest. If that
Yeah, me
stops,
too.
I'm fine. I could live with it. It's just... But it doesn't stop. George, do you have any positive fucking news? You're talking to us about communism. You're talking to us about Mars is fake. You have any good news?
I have no. I no. Sorry, I have this horrible thing I want, and I've been questioning on whether or not to talk about it. But I
Holy
feel like
shit.
I should.
Oh
because-
shit.
You've never
once it-
panicked this much before you brought something up, so now I'm nervous.
Well, because I hate bringing up
Careful what you say.
sad stuff like this, and
Oh,
especially.
it's sad. Okay.
But we need to say it because once again it puts a huge question mark on the police, and
What did they do this time?
I don't know if you saw the story coming out of Chamonix in Laval. There was a young girl, 32 years old. She was shot in the head.
What?
Yeah, she was murdered in the garage of her condo complex in the condo
By
building.
whom?
When was this?
Well, this is the story. So, from what we know, last Friday she called the police to report a threat on her life by her new girlfriend's ex-husband. Okay, so
Oh,
Okay.
that sounds like a sticky situation. Okay.
Yeah,
does, yeah.
whatever. It's their private matters. We don't question that.
No, I wasn't
hasn't
judging, but
broke-
that sounds sticky when there's exes involved. One turned gay, the other
Yeah.
guy's there's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
be some trouble.
exactly. Anyways, so during that call, she spoke to two police officers. Okay, she told them that she was afraid, she was going to get killed, her life is being threatened, blah blah blah. Somehow, strangely though, after that whole conversation, there is no official file that has been opened in the police station. Nothing was done during that call was placed. 2 days after that call, so she called on Friday. 2 days later, on Sunday, she's found dead in her parking garage. So automatically now the SQ has raised a red flag. They'll be taking over the investigation. They're wondering how come she wasn't better protected. She called with a threat, with a very realistic threat on her life. What's unknown for now is if they know who it is, if she said the name or if she didn't say. We don't know that yet. And they're wondering how come there was no official file open over here. I mean, she's calling you with a threat on her life, and there's nothing. There's no documentation. Nothing was opened in terms of a file.
Then how do we know that she called if nothing was opened?
Well, because the call the call gets registered, right? All the calls are monitored, so they know that there was a call placed. They know exactly what was discussed. But when they're looking at a file to see what was done, how did you follow up?
Oh, that's what you mean.
Oh, so basically the cops took the call, like, murder. Oh, they
We'll
want to
get
kill
back
you.
to you.
That's cool. Yeah, lesbians. And he hung up. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay,
Wow,
police. That's fucking
Wow,
dirty,
ow,
bro.
That hurt.
Yeah, that's fucking dirty.
That is a terrible story, and
It's a terrible story,
I'm
but
not
again,
surprised.
it brings to light the incompetence of our police. And again, we don't want to generalize, right? Because we know that there's a lot of police officers that are very good at their job, and but there's stuff like this that just bring things to question, right? I mean, it's like, what the hell, man? Is it not obvious enough? I mean, I don't know how that call happened. I don't know if she was in distress or if she was panicking, but I assume that the people taking these calls have the sufficient training to kind of judge.
You're assuming correctly. I think that's how I feel. I feel like you're assuming incorrectly.
And if you call a police station like, I'm afraid of my life, somebody might kill me, why wouldn't the police come to your house?
Aren't they obliged to?
That's what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, they stated that because of the pandemic, they did over the phone. They
Blame COVID. I like that. That's
blame
resourceful.
COVID, yeah.
Those fucks.
The
But they're cool
pandemic
going
people-
around during the pandemic giving tickets to people that are out at
Of
8:02.
course, that makes
Interesting.
sense.
Yeah, and for an actual threat, you can't go over her house and stay outside. Don't go inside. Keep your distance, or I don't know, figure out a way to maintain the social distancing measures while actually serving the person.
Put your mask on.
Okay.
What?
I was yelling at Poseidon.
Well, where's he going?
He's going upstairs. He's had enough.
Oh, he's had enough. That's the thing, George, by the way. Just to side and go back to what we were talking about. It's not that anyone can hear it. It's that it's fucking distracting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, but Pantelis has his earphones on like all ears as us, but Poseidon is basically sitting like this.
Yeah.
Because he's got his angles for the studio. Remember, he's got his angles.
Yeah.
So it's distracting. Like, I do my podcast without headphones because I'm not talking to anyone sometimes, and
Yeah.
it's annoying. You're just like you're in a flow and you hear blah 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 blah.
Yeah. It's not.
Like,
Plus, we have
it's,
a lease. We have contracts. It's not supposed to be like this. This is the
we
problem.
pay good money. For
And also,
this
I've been.
one.
You know how
Yeah.
nice I've been because he showed me the thing. Because if they want, like, I could fuck them over, like, because there's money lost, all that. I could really fuck these guys over, and I've been giving them chances since August, chances.
I know.
I've been nice, but even I have my limits, bro.
Is there a possibility that they move you like somewhere else where there's no warehouse or storage
We're
on
just-
top of you? Or next
yeah,
to
yeah,
you?
we're-
That's what's being discussed.
That's what's being discussed right now.
I don't know if that's the right call. I feel after everything that's happened, it might be better off for us to let them just find out another place.
We might. I'm gonna.
I love the
I'm gonna
building. I
start
love the
looking.
location. Don't get me wrong. It's just that after all this, it's like when you fight with your waiter before the food arrives.
Yeah.
It's a bad call.
Yeah.
You don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. Like too much has happened. They really like me, they're always happy when it's me who shows up knocking on the office. So they're like, "Oh, it's just you."
For the record,
It's
they
not
yeah,
different,
it's-
for the
Giants.
what I love about Phil says at the perfect time, because last week they threw Phil under the bus.
What happened?
They're like, this is fucking his fault. They go, we have emails. He was confirming that he was supervising what they were doing, and he didn't notice that they fucked it up. He goes, that's what he said last week. He was trying to blame you, and then
Threw me under the bus?
and then Spiro threw him. He goes, he's not a fucking contractor. Even if you asked him to supervise, it's your job to do the proper thing. He doesn't fucking know. As far as he knows, it looks good. It should be good. He's not a fucking contractor. He goes, you dummies.
There's no way they have any emails like that.
Yeah, because remember in the beginning you had said even with me I was in the
What?
thread when you had said you were gonna supervise, you're gonna come watch the guys or whatever. But it doesn't matter because they're still wrong. Because
I mean,
you can
saying that I'm gonna
supervise.
come and see what's happening.
Yeah, you can
doesn't
supervise the
prove
look of
anything.
it, but you're
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
That's like me saying I'm gonna go supervise in the kitchen. You know, for chef. I don't know what the fuck. I'm assuming that it's not expired. You know what I mean? Like,
There's
he knows.
only one conversation that they could be referring to, and it's when I came in to make sure they insulated the walls. And I said, "Are you guys insulating the walls?" They're like, "Yes." I go, "Is it soundproof insulation?" They're like, "The best soundproofing." I go, "Okay." They're
Yeah.
like, "This is it." I go, "And how does it work?" He's like, "Well, we layer it up like a bunch of layers, and it blocks all the sound." I'm like, "Oh, I mean, that's it." They're like, "Yeah, yeah, of course." I was like,
Yeah,
"Okay." I mean,
bullshit,
the guys
yeah.
that what am I gonna argue with them? I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's the Spirit said too. He goes, "The fuck are you talking about?" He's gonna touch the fabric and understand what it is. He goes, "Get the fuck out of here." He goes, "Do you
Tell
understand
them,
his?"
we should fucking tell them that I also have emails telling them the front room is a foot and a half too small, and they're like, no, it just looks that way.
Yeah, no, we have all this document. He has it all. He already gave to the lawyer, Spiro.
They're so
it's
dumb.
it's an
They're
open
so
and shut
fucking
case. They said
stupid.
basically tomorrow if we want, we could cut the lease and send them a crazy bill. I'm just trying to avoid it because I feel bad for them. But if,
No, there's nothing to feel
if
bad
they're gonna
about.
continue, you know, they're gonna continue fucking me over, then they're gonna get it.
No, I mean, I'm gonna start looking again. And see
They've
what
never
they're
had
doing.
an accommodating like leaseholder like me. Like I've been very, very, very patient.
I'm sure they have way more accommodating leaseholders because most people are pussies, and no matter what, they'll shut their mouth.
Oh
and
yeah,
avoid
but I
conflict
mean
at all
someone who
costs.
has the power because I have the upper hand. I'm just not using it because I feel bad.
I think it's
Hey, buddy.
pronounced Spiro.
You look upset.
I think you guys should start looking at something maybe closer to downtown. I don't know, just
They never moved.
Why?
Oh, they never moved, eh?
No, they were closed due to COVID.
Interesting.
Nice. They lied. George,
lied,
why would we
nice.
do that? That's stupid.
because then you're closer to me.
Ramisetus.
Yeah. Now I'm
I
gonna
don't
fuck
want to
them
be
over.
downtown. It's a ghost town. I can't believe they lied that the place moved. It's fucking assholes. You're telling Spiro right now, aren't you? Pete?
Yep.
Yep.
Carry on.
Yeah, I'm gonna start
Carry on
looking,
with this
I'm gonna start
story of.
looking.
I want to know more about this shooting, though, George. So what are we doing now as a society?
Well, look, I mean, look, this is just, I mean, we don't know. I mean, this just happened, right? So I'm not sure exactly what's going to come out of it, but again, it just brings the question, you know, the whole, you know, mistrust that we have with our police forces, and the fact that time and time again they just keep messing up with things that appear quite simple, right? I mean, it's not
Fool
simple.
me once, shame on you. Fool me 617,000 times. I mean, shame on everybody.
Yeah. So, and again, I mean, none of us are police officers. None of us have that training, but we can only
That's
assume
right.
that,
None of us.
but we can only assume that these things are standard. There's a standard protocol for these things, right?
I should hope so.
So it's just sad. I mean, 32-year-old girl, you know.
That's crazy.
So
And she
nothing's gonna
died.
happen now. The cops are off the hook. They didn't do their job. Someone died. They're off the hook.
I don't know. I don't know. So
The article I have here says that the SQ is stepping in to investigate what was done and what, if not, like why wasn't it, and to, you know, there's gonna be more here for sure. The SQ hates the fucking cops anyways.
yeah,
Wait, the SQ hate the police?
They hate the local, like the SPVM hates the Laval police hates the SQ. They're all it's all street gangs, man. But at least said it 1,000 times.
I didn't know that they hate each other. I thought they're tight with each other.
Yeah, I thought they were tight.
Oh,
No, the SQ is, I mean, the SQ is like,
SQ is like
the
the
big man on campus. The what?
they're like the provincial police, the SQ, right?
Yeah.
So the big thing that happened, I remember back in when was it, 1 or 2 years ago, when the chief of police of Montreal, they fired him, and to replace him tentatively, they brought the chief of the SQ. He was running the SQ and the Montreal police. And all these articles came out. They're like, "Oh my God, nobody's gonna like that. The Montreal police are taking, you know, they're offended." And it's like, well, why the fuck are you offended? It's just a slap.
You're all
in the
just
face.
popo.
But I mean, just to prove how they're at each other's necks all the time, at each other's throats all the
It's
time.
the street gang mentality. That's all it is.
But it's like the government of Quebec. They're like, yeah, that's how you are. No problem. Hey, Mr. Chief of the SQ, you're taking over the police, the police, the Montreal police. I'll show them. Fuck, you know what I mean? And it was a whole issue. I remember back then. Anyway, so yeah, back to the girl. I don't know what's gonna happen. I hope that I mean, in any case, I mean, it's too little, too late. I mean, there's a life lost, right? So
Yeah, unfortunately.
These things. Like, what's astonishing for me is what we just said, that it seems as though it's standard protocol. Someone calls you, my life is, I'm afraid. There's a potential risk on my life. La la la. This and this. I don't know. I don't know exactly what the conversation. I don't know what was
How it went. Yeah.
But I mean, how can you discredit like a call like that? You know what I mean? I don't know.
I don't see how they could. Oh
Hey.
no, Pantelis, that look on his face.
Yeah, I can't wait till this is over so I could go and raise some hell.
I mean, you can go raise some hell right now if you want. I'm sure we can manage.
I don't know. Can you guys manage without me?
I mean, you should take the live
Yeah.
camera with you.
No,
you
that's
don't want
not
to
how
document
business
that.
is
You
done,
gotta take it
Phil.
back. Yeah, you're
But
right.
the one thing though, the guys upstairs, they were cool.
I'm not mad at the guys upstairs.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not their fault. They're
You
just
know?
running their business.
They even explained to me they're gonna work for 30 minutes only, and then it'll be good. There won't be any more noise.
Yeah, no, I'm not mad at them. They
No, it's not their fault.
I'm mad at the fuckers that are lying
Yeah.
and they're pulling this shit because, all right, well,
That was the mistake we made early on when we started interacting with people who were the source of noise.
yeah.
Because we were so caught off guard, like we almost created these like antagonistic situations with them when in reality, I mean, we realized it quickly enough. Like it's not their fault.
Anyways,
At
you
all.
continue the show with these guys. You join in, and I'm gonna
Yeah,
go
we
because
got
I'm
it.
too pissed.
We got it.
You want me to sit there?
Sure, come.
Let's go, Popo.
I want to remind everyone that you can catch George on the Backstage podcast. But George, what is the Backstage podcast like?
What is it like?
Fantastic. People should listen to it. Also, Just Us Dads coming out when is Just Us Dads coming out?
Friday at noon.
Oh wait, we're
Friday.
we're doing plugs.
It's okay. Just hum music, Poseidon.
No, hold on. Let me do the plugs. Hold on.
All right, do them.
Just sing. Sing it.
Do it. Ah, what a pussy. Boom, boom, ba, 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 boom, ba, boom. Honestly, our Just
Oh,
Us
George,
Dads
plug your
episode.
stuff. Plug your stuff.
Plug your hole, George.
I'm plugging my hole.
Okay, so let me.
What do you have? You have two podcasts, George. You have Just Us, Poppy, Just Us Poppies, where you get together with other fathers and you talk about father-related stuff, I guess.
Yes, the dad life.
The dad life. And you also have the Backstage podcast where you get together with other politicians and conspire against the great nation of Canada. Is that correct?
Yeah, not so sure about that.
Completely correct.
And of course, we have Mr. Philip Balabanos, who has a show called Fill My Hole.
Are you ready?
Fill My Hole, where
Yes,
he goes around
Fill My
investigating, filling holes, stuff that haven't been answered, unanswered mysteries, and of the sorts. And also, don't forget, he also makes great commercials. So if you need a commercial for your business, head on over to his website. What's your website again, Phil?
Balabanos.com.
Balabanos.com. That is BALABANOS.com.
Maybe?
BAL
It's okay, it's fine.
Bala BANOS.com.
This is
All
so
right.
mean. Because it's dyslexia.
Balabanos.com. Yes, so if
It's
you need
spelled
any
like it
commercials.
sounds.
Huh?
It's spelled like it sounds. And don't forget to follow the Poseidon69 on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch, where he twitches
yes.
like this.
Yeah, that's twitch.tv/deeposeidon69, where I live stream and I basically yell at other people of how I murdered them. Or sometimes I have bad nights and I get rattled. Also, don't forget Instagram and Twitter, deeposeidon69. And don't forget, I have a very interesting show with the lovely Annabelle, my co-host of In Bed with Poseidon, every Saturday at 4 p.m. That is a Patreon exclusive. You can only find it at patreon.com/Pantelis. That's where you get also other exclusive stuff. You have chances to win shirts of the sorts. It's a great. We're doing something.
Shirts of
fucking,
the sorts, huh?
Yeah, don't worry. Maybe soon cock sleeves. Who knows?
What?
The shorts?
That's
What
it.
was
Did you say?
I heard shirts of the shorts.
I heard cock sleeves. Is that what he said?
Speaking of all these
I'm
apps,
like, I'm so
speaking
confused.
of all these apps that you're on, have you guys seen this new thing, the Clubhouse?
I've heard of it. I don't know what it is yet.
I just
My
got
understanding is that it's an audio only chat room.
Yeah, I just got on because it was impossible to get on. You need an invitation
Yeah,
from
you have to be
someone who's
invited.
already on it. But I had sent, you reserve your username kind of thing, and then I was just waiting. And then this morning, a friend that went on it somehow invited me, so I got on it. It's really but it's really cool. Basically, it's like a podcast, but in like a forum. Like it's just conversations. You join, either you start a room or you join a room where people are talking about whatever they're talking about. And it's a pretty cool concept, though. So I'm gonna play around with it a little bit.
It sounds. I haven't tried it yet, so I can't really speak to how it works or anything. But it sounds annoying.
Yeah, it sounds
No.
like a PlayStation party chat.
It's just weird. Like
well,
we have a
depend-
hard enough time, the three of us, sometimes not speaking over each other. How do you do it with a bunch of strangers?
Yeah, I don't know how it works yet. I don't know if you can mute people or if it could be like a little kind of like a conference call or whatever, where like a discussion group. I don't know exactly how it works. No, man, but
I
it's
don't
like it's like because I was talking to Phil the other day about Discord because I'm not on it. I don't know what the hell that is, but isn't that the same thing? Like, don't you
Not at
chat
all.
Yeah.
people?
There are audio channels on the Discord. That function similarly, but that's not what Discord. I would describe for someone who doesn't understand it, as someone who doesn't understand it also fully. It's kind of its own self-contained social media platform. So like the Pantelis server on the Discord is all the Pantelis fans, and there's sub-channels where they can discuss different things. They're basically rooms. I have it here. Like, what's in here? Let's see. But there's a whole section dedicated to Poseidon, right?
There is.
Yeah. Then you put the underscore lobby. That's your
Yes.
That's your domain. I mean, there's This Just Thing has a channel which we haven't done since the second lockdown. The morning show. Someone already right now. Halsan posted a picture of me. What am I doing here? Being crazy, almost choking to death when Pantelis said nonsense. So they just share stuff that's relevant to this universe. What are we calling it?
They should clip George going full China on us.
I'm sure someone will. Alex will probably get it. That was instructions, by the way.
Calm down.
So like that's really all it is. It's a self-contained, closed space that is moderated by, I mean, in this case, Pantelis. I think Poseidon helps a bit, and I don't moderate it. I just participate.
So, but these groups exist, right? So they're permanently there because I think Clubhouse. I don't know if you can create a group. You just join a room.
Yeah, it's slightly different.
Clubhouse.
That's what I was saying.
From what I read when it first came out, it was only available to celebrities and very wealthy people.
Mm-hmm.
And it was more of like a way, like, let's say Drake wants to speak
to
to the
fans.
people. Yeah, speak to his people. They can all join in. They're all muted, I think, and he could just talk to them, maybe unmute. They ask questions, shit like that.
Why are you staring at the TV screen, Poseidon?
Because I'm looking at you guys.
Oh, you have this up on the screen. Okay.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, okay. It's just nobody can see your face. I'm just letting you know. You're completely turned, right?
Okay.
It's
hold on.
tricky.
How do I
You're always
do
like,
this?
how do I look? Do I look snazzy as fuck?
How do I do
I look
this?
like a fucking eggplant emoji today.
I'm gonna
You're gonna hurt
stay
your
like
neck.
this.
Stop Stop that right now. George, you have any more stories
Yeah.
you wanted to bring?
Last Friday, the Parliament in Quebec suspended for 2 weeks. They always suspend for March break.
Yeah.
Now, you guys remember, because we spoke about this so many times, where the opposition has been has been drilling the government on explaining how they make these decisions, right? For COVID-19, for the pandemic, like where did they come up with all these things, right? I can't see what's going on.
You keep talking.
I want to see what's going on. Oh, you're out of focus.
I'm trying to focus. It won't do it.
I
Though.
see it.
Yeah. They Alex got the instructions.
It's like I've prepared
boy.
also something special for George after.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Anyway, so everyone's been questioning how they come down to the decisions they've been making. We've been asking, the opposition has been asking if there's any public health notices, written notices that go to the premier's office to explain exactly the recommendations and all that stuff.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I completely stopped paying attention. What are you talking about?
Yeah, we're talking about the pandemic management
Oh yes, yeah.
year,
Okay.
and how the opposition has been drilling the government to explain to them how they come up with the decisions that they're making, and if it's based on science, and if so, if there's any written recommendations from the health authorities, from Dr. Arruda, basically. And the PM has always said that no, there is nothing written. Everything happens in closed discussions. We meet every single day, and we discuss how we move forward on different issues, and that's how we've been advancing. Well, the media, they made a request for une demande de l'accès à l'information, and they discovered that there are health directives that have been written to the government, and they released. So once that is approved, the government is forced to release them, basically, and they released them on Friday, coincidentally the day where the parliament suspends for 2 weeks, and it's pretty much a dead zone for media, right?
Genius.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's been done before. I mean, there's no surprise. So now everyone is dissecting these health directives that were written to the PMO. First and foremost, they're wondering, how is it possible that in almost 1 year of managing this pandemic, our health director has only submitted 14 like 14. That's it, 14. Like, what is going on?
What more is there to say, George?
Well,
wear your mask. Don't wear your mask. Wear one mask. Don't wear two masks. Don't go outside. Stay inside. Don't go to people's houses. Stop killing old people. That's not even 14.
Yeah. So basically, so now we're getting to that, because it appears that, from what we understand, the general procedure of communicating through written notices was completely ignored, obviously. So 14
but they've completely ignored the medical community, the government, I mean, for the most part. Like, they pick and choose. Yeah. I mean, did you ever watch my interview that I did on Film My Hole with...
I saw bits of it, yeah. I didn't see the whole thing, yeah.
That's hurtful, but okay. I don't watch yours.
Not to mention, George, we're also literally the only place in North America that has a curfew.
Yeah.
Are we?
Yep.
This fucking curfew. I mean, once the weather changes, you're going to see people that are just going to be like, fuck your curfew.
Yeah,
I only abide by God's curfew.
Yeah, darkness. I mean, we all remember what happened in summertime last year, right? Everyone just, we started off super,
I mean, I think we all know that it's, regardless of how dangerous or not dangerous COVID is, like, we all know it's real, and we all have realized, I think, that there is a seasonality to it. It's worse around the same time flu season is, right? It seems like the
but then again,
is a little later.
Then again, that can also just be the flu or fevers, or you know what I mean, or just a common cold. And because you remember when they came out and said that fucking there's no more flu, the flu doesn't fucking exist anymore.
Yeah, so I got into it with my guest about that statement because he's a doctor.
I saw that bit, yeah.
And he basically, I mean, I kind of pushed him. I was like, how can you fucking say that? It's not possible. He goes, we're testing. I was like, you can't be testing. You would need willing subjects to test. And what he corrected, and he said to me goes, this year, because initially he said there's zero flu. He said there is zero sustained community transition. That I can believe 100%. I mean, we're all locked up at home. I believe that.
Yeah.
There's still flu.
Hold on. Hold on. I'm confused now. If people aren't getting the flu from other people, there's no community transmission. How the fuck is COVID-19?
There's no sustained community transition that creates the season of the flu, like, because we're all constantly in contact.
Okay. I get it. Then right? So they can't keep track of the flu. Then how the fuck can they keep track of COVID-19 then?
I mean, they're testing for COVID-19.
Because they're testing for COVID-19.
Yeah, but how do we know? How do we know somebody just has the flu and it's considered as they consider it as COVID-19?
They can't. They have to test you to consider it as COVID-19.
Yeah, but how do we have on the website zero flu cases? Zero.
Because, so this is my theory about the flu.
Well, because nobody's going to the hospital saying, "Oh, I have a flu." Everybody's avoiding the hospital. Exactly. So the people that are going to get tested, they either get tested positive or negative for COVID. So that's specific. So they don't know if you have flu or not. Like, you have a runny nose, you're coughing, you go get tested, you're getting tested for COVID, not for the flu.
I don't know, something stinks here.
Not registered. And it does make sense that there's no sustained community transmissions because, like you said, nobody's out.
But then if there's no sustained community transitions, how is COVID-19? Again, I don't know. It just raises more questions.
You're forgetting something very important here. One, we have a flu vaccine, which some people do take. Two, a lot of people are somewhat immune to different versions of the flu, like, because we've all had the flu at some point. Whereas COVID, none of us have ever had it before. the chances that you get COVID and get sick are, I don't mean very sick, I just mean sick, like visibly sick, are way higher than if you get the flu, you're going to get sick. Because I've never had COVID, my body doesn't know what it is, right? Or, I mean, hypothetically.
I get it.
The flu, yeah, I mean, my wife is sick right now. She's been sick for 6 days. Honestly, it feels a lot like the flu, but she doesn't have fever, so it's probably just like a virus, another virus. It's exactly what I had in December, that time that I was out for like 2 weeks. It's always the same pattern.
Yeah, and you had tested negative.
Yeah, and we got tested again this time because my wife got scared this time. She's like, I can't smell. Like, I'm not congested and I've lost my sense of smell. So we went to get tested. We got the kids tested too because they were all sick. But the kids had like a runny nose and were like little cough. Anna has been like, I've never seen her that sick in like 7 years that we've been married.
I get it. I get it. But still, something stinks here.
You know what stinks? Management. It's how they manage stuff. That's what stinks.
Well, so here's the thing. Just to go back to the recommendations, because now that they're there, now that they're out, well, one, we know that they lied, that there was nothing, number one. And now that we know what was written on these recommendations, we're wondering who the hell is leading this thing. Are we listening to science? Are the politicians asking the health experts for advice, and they just, I don't know, flip a coin to decide if whether or not they go with it or not? So here are some examples, basically. Wearing a mask was deemed essential. It wasn't deemed essential until June of last year. Okay, so because that's when it was written on a written recommendation. Dr. Arruda, it was in June where he said that the masks should be deemed essential, but we started wearing masks before, right? So I mean, so the question is, okay. We started wearing masks before the summer, right? Okay, but Dr. Arruda only wrote that it should be deemed essential only late June of last year. So before that, how did the government even come down to that decision, right? I mean,
from the CDC, because they had said it.
I know, but then why isn't our health authority following what was happening elsewhere? And we had this.
Oh, okay, that's a whole different, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
So we had this conversation already because in Europe, the World Health Organization was saying that the masks are necessary. We were saying that it wasn't. They still applied it here, but our health director only recommended it as of June that it should be made mandatory. Also, another thing that came out was the half classes, and I think we even spoke about that. We know that there's a lot of cases being spread in schools because, one, the government doesn't want to close them, and they don't want to find any alternative methods of teaching, which one that was proposed was to have half classes, especially in high schools and, colleges, CEGEPs and universities are closed, but mostly high schools. So the recommendation on opening up the schools only half the class and then rotating it has been rejected completely from the government on the ground that they are listening to the health experts. We're taking the health recommendations and we're just following what the experts are saying. Well, one of the recommendations that Dr. Arruda made was indeed to have half classes. so
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's as if he knew something.
Well, I mean,
the whole mask thing, maybe, like, I was talking to Gigi, just texted me because we had this conversation a few weeks ago. The whole mask thing, they probably always knew we needed masks, but they knew we had a shortage. And they knew if they told us get masks, there wouldn't be enough masks for the healthcare professionals. Yeah. So they just basically, they sacrificed us to make up for their ineptitude for planning.
Yeah.
But at the beginning of the pandemic, I remember going out to groceries, and when cases were crazy during the first wave, that part of it. And I was out there wearing gloves. Like, literally, I was fucking wearing gloves. Yeah. I was like at the grocery store, and then I'd fucking wash and I'd fucking Clorox shit.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like, I didn't get it then. Why? I don't understand. The level of transmission is the same. Not including this whole talk of variants, because I don't even know what's real there.
Yeah.
But like, I still just have a hard time believing in all these months. Like, I still don't know anyone who had it who's not more than 2 or 3 degrees separated from me. It's crazy.
Yeah, but then again, there could also be the thing that you were asymptomatic, because they have that whole thing that you can get it and not.
Yeah. Because the idea that I was asymptomatic and didn't give it to any of my kids, my wife, my parents.
Maybe they were asymptomatic also.
All of us. I mean, that's great. I hope that's true. I hope we're all immune to this virus because we are the solution.
I doubt. I think if you would have gotten it, you would have spread it. There's no questions. But I mean,
Plus, I've been tested pretty often, like that when I've been even a little sick.
I think at this point, everyone has gotten it. It's an airborne virus.
It's not fully airborne in that sense. It's not like...
I don't know, bro.
I mean, I don't think that everyone has gotten it at this point. That's not... I mean, that would be great because that would mean we're done. Like, we're almost out. I don't think that's what's going on. I'm tired of talking about COVID. George, what else you got? I'm bored of COVID.
I want to talk about this because, you know, we've been questioning from the beginning on whether or not they've been taking the recommendations from the health authorities. That's what they've been claiming. And now that we have the actual written proof that on certain occasions they went way above and beyond. So they recommended,
like the restaurants. Yeah,
exactly. And certain things, they just ignored them completely. So the classrooms is one big one because we know that there's a lot of they're spreading the virus massively in the schools, and the recommendation was done in October. So this could have been, we could have maybe avoided a serious situation happening over the winter time and even now in the beginning. Like you said, he ignored the recommendations with respect to the restaurants, the cinemas, museums, the gyms, which the public health director never recommended to close down. He still hasn't recommended them to remain closed.
And honestly, look, I'm sure if they were pressed for an answer, they would say we had our reasons and wouldn't answer. I mean, it's a mute discussion. It's a pointless discussion to have because we don't know. Just like that theory about maybe they withheld so that we can have masks. Like, there's always going to be some kind of reason. Whether that reason is ethical, moral, or logical, we will never know. Do we know that they've mismanaged this to a level that is almost criminal? Yeah, well, I mean, Frankie fucked up.
Look, I see your point about the masks and them maybe covering it up and, coming out and saying it's not necessary until we get
enough masks.
Enough masks. But when it comes to the schools, like, what's the excuse? The health experts are telling you, do the classes in half. Keep some distance between the students or whatever. Put all the chances on your side. No, I don't think so. We're going to fill up our classes.
Because if they do that, they'd have to admit that they've fucked up all this time.
No, because the recommendation only came out in October. So apply it in October and say, well, the health experts are recommending now that we do this. So just go along. If you're going to play the science card, I mean, apply it. So I just don't understand what's going on. I mean, and
you're trying to understand this from a point of pure and simple logic when I don't think you can. You can't apply it here. That's not what's going on.
Well, it's not so much. It's not only about logic. I mean, because some recommendations, like we said, are accepted. Some others are rejected, and we're saying that we're following the science.
What else are they going to say? We're making this shit up as we go?
Well, now we know that perhaps they've been going with their gut feeling. I don't know. I mean, and not only that. I mean, I understand from the government's perspective that, okay, we got a recommendation, and they have to analyze it from a social aspect, political, like there's all like economics. There's all these factors that come into play. But Dr. Arruda has been proven wrong on many occasions as well.
Mm-hmm.
So is he even basing himself on the science, or I mean,
what kind of doctor is he?
I'm not sure.
Imagine he's like a doctor of political science.
Well, hold on, let me Google this real quick. Let me Google this.
Yeah, to find out actually. I think he's a GP, or he was a GP. I don't remember.
No.
Wasn't he? Who am I thinking of? Oh, I'm thinking about the old health minister. Chubby. What was Tubby's name?
No, Tubby. Barrett is a radiologist, bro. Barrett.
What?
Yeah.
He was a radiologist.
Yeah, dude, the guy has his own private clinics. Like, the guy doesn't need to be doing politics. Like, you know what I mean?
I thought he's not even a real doctor. He's a great businessman, but he's not a doctor.
The GP, I think.
Horatio Arruda is a community health specialist.
What does that mean?
What does that mean? Community health specialist. Community health.
He went to Concordia.
Oh, God. That's not even McGill.
But Concordia doesn't have a health program, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Watch me be right. Watch him be a doctor of political science.
What is a community health specialist? A community health specialist is responsible for the development
You're so bad at research.
and implementation of health programs that can help the community they serve to achieve optimal health. A community health specialist works heavily on a one-on-one basis with a community to aid in improving healthcare information to their clients.
Okay, so
Okay.
So he's not even a real doctor.
No, he is. He understands it, but his specialty is on applying medicine on a community level and improving the best practices, which pretty much means that he's where he needs to be. Again, I don't know.
I'm checking.
I think the GP that you're talking about is Yves Bolduc. He was the former
The old Bolduc.
Bolduc.
Pantelis, welcome. Tell us stories.
Oh, no
Oh,
broken noses, no scars, no bleeding.
not on
That's
me.
why he wore his red shirt today.
Knuckles are clean.
Yeah, it was funny. That was a hilarious
Oh,
situation.
come on. You can't do this to me.
Well, sir, you can imagine. Just imagine me stepping into your office and saying, "Yo, what the fuck's going on here? You guys are playing games with me." But we'll talk about this after. What did I miss?
Okay.
Are we talking about news now, or are you guys talking about your
We're
lives?
trying to figure out what kind of a we're doing news.
We're
still.
talking
We're
about
trying
how
to figure out what
Aruda
kind
is
of
a
doctor
fugazi
Aruda is.
doctor.
We were just saying, Pantelis, that last Friday, Quebec made public 14 health recommendations that were sent in writing.
Okay.
And throughout this whole pandemic, the premier has been saying that he doesn't have anything in writing, that everything happens behind closed doors in the meetings, on the daily meetings he has with Dr. Aruda, and there is nothing in writing.
Are you saying the prime minister is lying to us, premier?
Oh, yes, he
Yes.
was lying because there
Doesn't
are
sound
14
like a politician.
directives that were sent in writing. And a lot of them, we realized that either they were completely ignored or they were taken completely out of proportion, Like, for example, and we're giving examples, basically, the mask wasn't deemed essential only until June, based on a written recommendation. We were wearing masks before, they were saying it, but it wasn't deemed essential only until June. The other one that we're talking about is the half classes, and I think we've spoken about this in an earlier episode because we're talking about the spread that's happening through the schools, and we're wondering, well, why isn't Quebec closing down the schools? The opposition has always been recommending at least to cut the classrooms down to half, so that we can reduce the amount of students populating our schools. They kept rejecting. Well, we find out through these written recommendations that last October, Dr. Aruda had recommended half classrooms that was completely ignored by the government. So the other thing that we already know, and this we knew from the time that he went to testify at the health committee in Quebec, where they asked him about the restaurants and all that, and he said that we never made any recommendations to close restaurants, cinemas, museums, gyms, which are still closed down, by the way. So there is no recommendation for that.
So this is just the premier willy-nilly trying to shut shit down?
The things that he agrees with, he goes with. The things that he doesn't, he rejects them.
No, it's the stuff that he thinks he can get away with. That's what it is.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, also the masks, the use of masks in schools. There was a recommendation back in September for the schools to make sure that all students wear masks. That was only applied now in January.
Wait, students were in school and they weren't wearing masks?
It wasn't. It wasn't.
So you're telling me the Canadian government told us months ago that when you bang, you should cover your fucking face? But the Quebec government didn't even recommend masks in school. Get the fuck out of here, you dummies.
They recommended it in September.
What a glorious hole in that
Yeah.
campaign.
Way before September, they were telling you to cover your face when you're banging, and this is what a bunch of idiots.
Wasn't there images
Fucking
that the
mask
government
off.
released
So we
of
were just-
people with
so we were
masks
just-
kissing?
Yeah, this is how you should kiss, mask on mask.
Oh my God.
Well, whatever.
No, but so
What is this world we're living in? Honestly, how did this happen? I blame China.
Well,
China.
this did start there. But
Basically, Pantelis, we're just questioning how the hell are these people making decisions? Some recommendations are accepted, others are rejected. Are we actually following science here? Are we going with our gut feeling? Even our health director.
Science feeling.
so what's
you
the
know, even-
science say? What should we be doing?
Well, nobody knows because the one expert that we have, who is our national health director, he's been proven wrong. So we're also wondering, is he even
By the way,
following the
George,
science?
I looked into it. He is a medical doctor. He's an MD with a specialization in infectious diseases and epidemiology.
Okay.
He's pretty qualified on paper.
No,
It's
for
a
sure.
fucking damn shame.
There's Poseidon just showed me photos of the Canadian government's propaganda showing people with masks kissing each other, mask on mask.
It's so good. I love that someone thought they should pay money to make that. That's ridiculous.
Could you
I bet
imagine
Poseidon-
how
he
that
had
came out of a
queued up,
meeting?
huh?
What?
Imagine how that came out of a meeting. They're asking Trudeau, so what do we do? He's like, you need to show man on man kissing. And they're like, we're going to pretend we didn't hear that. And we're going to say he said mask on mask. All right.
Amazing. Ridiculous, but amazing.
Oh, man.
Guys, I think I'm going to duck out a little early just to get a head start. The baby's starting to rouse.
All right, go rouse your baby.
Be lunch. Go check out Dr. Karazios on Fill My Hole from last week. He says all kinds of things that'll make you mad, angry, sad, and hopeful. And I'll see you guys on Friday morning.
Okay.
Bye.
Phil?
It's funny because Phil had that doctor on who Phil told me, he called me yesterday. He's like, did you watch it? The doctor said something about how, this came out of China. It was I forgot what he said, like it was in a lab. Basically what I was saying months ago, and nobody was listening to me. But yeah, it's 100%. I'm convinced that this was accidentally put upon the people.
It's China. It's a cool little interview. I mean, I saw most of it. I mean, I had him on my podcast too, but it was earlier last year. There wasn't that many things happening, and the one thing that he said on his podcast was, the main focus right now is on the variant cases and how, I mean, they spike like vertically. You know what I mean? So this is what we're looking into right now, because as the cases are going down, what they're fearing is that just suddenly, boom, you're going to have like this vertical spike of variant cases that's just going to come and disturb the whole health network again.
I have a question, and it's a dumb person asking a question, but it is a question nonetheless. So if I understand correctly, variants are par for the course. That's what's going to happen. So. Yeah. By that logic, if every time there's a variant, we're fucked, but a variant is inevitable and there's always going to be variants, it's going to keep evolving, then doesn't that mean that now till the rest of human life on this planet, we have to live like this?
I don't think so, because all these vaccine companies are coming out and saying that the vaccine is still good for the variant as well. So
that doesn't make sense.
I don't know. Well, no, it does make sense, because I mean, if you take the vaccine, obviously you're beating the virus. But I mean, let's say I get infected and then it mutates.
Yeah.
Well, that's what the problem. So
that's what I'm saying. If you get infected and it mutates, and then I have a vaccine for the non-mutated version, isn't the mutated version gonna hit me?
No, because apparently from what they're saying is that if you have the vaccine that exists now, it's good also for the variant cases.
But
so
then the vaccine gives you antibodies, no?
I'm not sure how the vaccine works.
Because then wouldn't someone who already had COVID and got over it be at the same level as the person who got vaccinated then?
I'm not sure. From what they're saying is that even if there's a variant that develops, the people that have received the vaccine should be okay. Who knows? This is something I think that we're going to all witness throughout maybe this year, because most of the countries now are undergoing their vaccine rollout. So if, for example, in September, October, you're going to have another spike of people that had received the vaccine, then we know that we're in trouble.
Yeah. Are you nervous?
I'm not nervous. I can't really say that I'm nervous. I don't know. I don't panic. I'm much more nervous, like for my parents and for the seniors and my aunts and uncles and all that stuff. And at the same time, I mean, we're secluded down here. I mean, we don't really do much. We go out to work when no one's around. I mean, the kids are in school. I mean, they're managing that pretty well.
I have a question for you, George. You got to answer this for me. I don't know what's going on with AMC stock. Why is it going back up now? I have no clue what to do with this fucking stock.
I don't invest, so I have zero clue about what you're talking about.
Because I was going to cut my losses with all my losses in AMC, and I was going to sell it, whatever's left, a couple $100, and I was going to buy stocks in Palantir. Okay, who, by the way, I don't like what Palantir does, but what they do is fucking insane, and I think they're going to make a lot of money in the next 5 years.
What is that?
Palantir?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're creating this software, dude. Like, the applications are endless, but mostly it's for fucking spying. They've been working with different governments. With that, they get all these stats on, if a murder happens here, is it this gang? What's this? A recorded conversation. They've been caught stealing information and eavesdropping. Like, this is like and they have all kinds of cool technology. This is like crazy futuristic shit. I don't like what they do.
And you're investing in this.
Oh yeah, well, this is the future.
Before they get shut down.
They're not going to get shut down. They have most of their monies from government contracts.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. They fight. They do counterterrorism. They were the people they helped kill Osama bin Laden.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Anyways, but they didn't. They got really pissed off when they were forced to work with apparently ICE because political reasons. And the owners of the company were like, "Fuck you guys, bro. Be patriotic." Anyways, so I was gonna sell yesterday. I was like, you know what? Tomorrow I'm just gonna sell whatever's left, $300-$400. Put my money in Palantir, and then now I wake up and it's at $8 again. US AMC. How the fuck is it going up? I don't understand.
Wasn't AMC in this huge battle with the digital platforms? I remember we had spoken about this. They didn't want to. They were thinking of just releasing them online or something like that.
Oh yeah, that was Warner Brothers. And now they said they're just gonna do what's it called? Do it simultaneous releases, which is still very bad for movie theaters.
The CEO raised $1 billion in capital.
AMC?
Yep.
That's why the stock went up? Mm-hmm. Poseidon, any projections? Is it gonna hover at 8 or is it projecting to go higher?
Hold on, the company's going to announce.
Why are you guys even talking about this as if you're fucking experts, man? You have people listening to this show. Like,
I have money in it. What do you mean? I speak. I'm not a teacher. You know,
you're asking Poseidon for projections on stocks.
If CNBC or those guys were projections, I'm not telling him to make up a projection. Well, I said, are there any projections?
It says that they're going to begin reopening at 25% capacity and stuff like that, but there's no
stock projections.
There's no stock projections.
I'm gonna Google it later before I sell. We'll
Poseidon, take me off screen 2 seconds, guys. I just need to get out for 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Yeah, good. Go to me. Hello and welcome to Stock Tips with a Retard. I have, by the way, stocks. If I didn't have Harry, I would have lost every single penny. You need a goddamn expert like him who knows what he's doing. Like the AMC, he's the kind of guy who would be like, yeah, don't put your money in AMC. It was a gamble. I did it on purpose. I knew that 99% was going to be a loss, but I did it for the gag. But now the gag could pay out. So who knows? Who knows what's going to happen there? Yeah. Poseidon?
Yeah.
Give me some plug music. Because you plugged everything. I didn't plug. I need to plug. If you didn't know already, this entire week is being sponsored by our friends over at Polysleep. Head over to polysleep.ca and use the promo code Pantelis25. Or if you're lazy, there's links in the description for our new sponsor, Polysleep. Polysleep has great mattresses. They got great pillows, all of them state-of-the-art, very comfortable, antimicrobial foam in their mattresses because you guys are disgusting and it kills those microbes. Because apparently, after a couple of years of having a bed, it gains weight, pounds, 10, 20 pounds in weight from your dead skin and the other dirty shit that you're secreting onto your goddamn mattress. So they're fighting against that. Plus, they're an actual, like us, a fully localized company. They're local in Quebec. They don't get stuff from overseas and then build it here. It's all done here. They are not fans of foreigners. But it is actually a very good company. I ordered a mattress myself. I got friends who got pillows. Mike, I think, has a couple of pillows from them. They use them in a mattress. So a lot of people that I know are already using Polysleep. But polysleep.ca sponsoring this episode of the morning show. Good people over there. Polysleep.ca, use the promo code Pantelis25. It gets you 25% off everything on the site. And if you like what you saw today, look at the links in the description. Our buddy Phil has his own podcast. Fill My Hole is the podcast where he goes around jamming his brain in different intellectual crevices around the city. Last episode, he had a doctor come on, talk to him about COVID-19. I believe they discovered that it may be a hoax or some kind of conspiracy shit that they were talking about. Who knows? You gotta watch to find out the truth. Also, we got our boy, Mr. George Jiggity Chandrizos, whose videos were recently taken down due to copyright infringement because they decided to use actual music from celebrities. Rookie mistake, sir. Rookie mistake. While he's working out his YouTube troubles, you can still catch his episodes everywhere that you get podcasts. He's got the Backstage podcast where he goes backstage and tells people, dude, is this copyright infringement? And he's also got Just Us Dads, where he gets together with other dads and violates copyright laws internationally. Just Us Dads comes out every Friday. New episodes at noon as soon as the morning show ends. Yeah, and Poseidon, you can find him at DPoseidon69, Instagram and Twitter. And you can watch him be abusive verbally to children on Twitch, twitch.tv/DPoseidon6999. George, welcome back.
Just for the record, we relied on the services of a very qualified video editor. And I thought that person knew what he was doing. So
is it Phil? Was it Phil?
We're not gonna name names.
Is it fucking? Did Phil fuck you up, bro?
No, I'm not sure what happened.
No,
I
no.
mean,
Phil knows the rules. I don't think it was Phil.
Well, yeah, well, he edited it, so. But here's the thing, because I don't know how YouTube works, man. We thought that, look,
It's
if
the
your
AI.
channel is monetized, how could there be any problems? But I think they had already flagged that song and it got picked up, and it was one of the songs. So we were like, just take it down. We'll redo the whole thing. Yeah. So that's it.
I'm cool with it, George. I don't hold it against you.
No, man, it's fine. No one fucking died.
Yeah. Let's see.
No
who
one
do we have in the chat? We got everyone in the chat. Hellsand's here. Smokey's here. Smokey, who took a picture yesterday that I laughed at. Remember 2 weeks ago I said, how do people take pictures of their own ass? And then Smokey dropped exactly that same photo that we were talking about 2 weeks ago. Yeah. She said it was DDP yoga and all that. Like, you become nimble and then you could take pictures like that. Yeah. Because I always wonder how the fuck are self-ass pics that actually look good taken, you know? Because imagine if you take a picture of your own ass, aren't you going to look... Think about it. How do you do it? You got to be Spider-Woman, you know?
Oh,
Anyways.
probably with a selfie stick. Like a very long
Oh,
one.
fuck.
Oh.
We're such retards.
But yo, she's got that Pixar mom ass.
She's what?
What the hell's wrong with you people?
She's got that what?
A Pixar mom.
Well, I don't get it.
You know, because in Pixar movies,
Yeah?
they make all the moms dumb thick.
Oh, do they make them dumb
Yes.
thing? What's a Pixar movie? Monsters, Inc.?
The Incredibles.
Yeah?
Look at a mom in The Incredibles. The Elastic Woman.
Okay.
Bro, she's got a dump truck of an ass, bro.
Poseidon watches children's cartoons for the asses. I like it.
Look.
Sounds
Here,
hilarious.
Hold on.
Yeah, bring them up, Poseidon. Check out these asses.
Pixar mom's dump truck. Bro, look at this.
Pixar mom dump truck. Is that a Google search?
Bro, look at the Elastic Woman, bro.
Elastigirl.
Whatever, bro.
Yeah, I see how it's thick, but there's no... Okay, it's not sexualized, though. There's no, like,
It's not
lines. Yeah.
sexualized, but they're always given
Big asses.
Yes.
Good.
Dump truck.
Is that it?
Yeah. There's more, but
That's a vampire face guy. Is that Donald Trump looking at an ass? Yeah,
I
that's...
think so. Yeah, I don't know. That's an edit.
Oh, is that another Pixar movie? Go up.
Hold on. Where?
The Ladybug. Go down. Right there. The Ladybug outfit.
Yeah.
That's a Pixar movie. Oh, they are obsessed with big asses.
Yeah, look at that, bro.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the creative. Hold on, let me just type in Pixar moms. Maybe more.
Tits.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I don't watch Pixar. I should watch. I don't know. I wouldn't know.
So watch it now.
I gotta
Yeah.
start watching now.
But yeah, there's
Welcome to animated tits and ass. Oh, very cool. Anyways, so yeah, we got a full chat.
I sent you this invitation to this new app. We're talking about it while you were gone. I don't know if you
What
heard
app?
much about it, the Clubhouse.
God damn it! Everybody's been inviting me to fucking Clubhouse. Look, I'm gonna tell you what I told the other comedians. I don't have an iPhone.
Well, it only works on iPhone?
It only works on iPhone. Well, when they had sent me an invite, it was I tried to download it and there was no Android app for it.
Oh, okay.
There was no Android app for it. Unless there's an Android app now, perhaps I will join Clubhouse and perform some of my antics.
Maybe it's because the invitation comes from an iPhone that they haven't thought about applying it on, like, just generally. Like, you just click and it's like an iPhone thing. Then you don't have an iPhone, but it came from an iPhone?
No, it wasn't even on the Google Play Store. You could check it out, Poseidon, and let me know. But I heard that you could start rooms and then people join and have to listen to the room and then you could piss people off. Like, I could start a room that says women. Why are they voting? And then people come in and be like, fuck you. So that I want to be a troublemaker.
Oh, that's funny.
Pantelis just joined Grindr, Guido says. Guido,
But
why? I already know where you live. I don't need an app to direct me there.
I just find it very interesting, because everything is moving to, I mean, this whole podcasting thing is taking off big time. So
Did you see that Barack Obama started a podcast?
Really? Cool.
Barack
I know
Obama's
that-
people.
I know that Michelle had one.
First of all, Michelle Obama launched a podcast and they stole. Do you remember this? Right after, like a week or two after we announced the intellectuals, her podcast took the exact same graphics as the intellectuals, the blue lines, the same letters, everything. So someone's clearly fucking paying attention and just stealing our shit. And then Barack Obama starts biting my flow too. Something I've been doing for forever. I'm not biting his flow. Am I trying to be president? No. He's biting my flow trying to do podcasts with Bruce Springsteen. But what's funny is I saw it goes Born in the USA. And I go, you know what? That's fucking hilarious. Because now I'm like, maybe he wasn't born in the USA. Because that's
It was this.
because that's the kind of O.J. Simpson shit.
It was
No, it
this.
wasn't that one.
No,
it
it
was a different one. But that was the modified one. It was closer. It was
yeah.
yeah. But anyways, it doesn't matter. It feels like O.J. Simpson when he wrote a book and said, "Well, if I had killed her, if I had done it." So it felt like that kind of energy. But good for him. Podcasts are the future. I've been saying that for the longest time. People didn't listen. But Barack Obama biting my flow. Good, bro. Good.
Is that what it's called? His podcast?
It's called either Born in the USA or The Rebels or some shit because he's with Bruce Springsteen. I don't know. But they were advertising it on Spotify and it wrote Born in the USA.
Oh, Spotify.
Yeah. They were.
I'm guessing Michelle is on Spotify as well.
It's called
It's crazy how these platforms. I read something that Spotify now is going to impose.
It's called Renegades.
Renegades.
Renegades born in the USA.
Can I just say something, guys? These fake rebels. I kind of take pride in these kind of people pretending that they're us. But do you know what it's like when the establishment, a former president, and one of the biggest mainstream American musicians are like, we're the renegades. We're such rebels. Get the fuck out of here, you dummies. You know how stupid? How do people fall for that? Like, yo, those guys are rebels, man. They're the establishment. They're the mainstream.
So it's always going to be these two now, and they're going to have their.
They're friends.
But wait, hold on. Do you know the definition of renegade,
Tell
my
me.
dear friend?
Renegade.
A person who deserts and betrays an organization, country, or set of principles.
Yeah. One betrayed Indonesia.
No, but I mean, like, it could be foreshadowing to his presidency.
No. He was.
I'm just going into conspiracies here.
Yeah, no. All jokes aside, good for them to have their fucking podcast. But guys, come on, you're just biting our flow. But it's cool. That's cool.
No, but you saw. I don't know if you saw. I read somewhere that Spotify now is going to start charging podcasters to put up their content. So yeah, it's getting huge, man. It's getting big.
Podcasts be big.
No, but I always come back to that discussion we had. When was it? When we met up and I told you that I wanted to start a podcast and you were telling me how things work and how big it's going to become. And,
you're gonna receive your first podcasting check. I'm gonna send you. I'm gonna wire you some funds next week. It's not a lot, but you're gonna get something.
Why? For what?
For our ad campaign.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
So I just keep going back to that conversation that we had, right? And how you, well, not you. I mean, there was a lot of stuff written on podcasts and how they were, what's the word I'm looking for? God damn, I don't know what the hell's happening with me lately. How they had predicted that, this whole wave was gonna happen on these platforms, and that you basically your advice was rush so that you don't have to pay later, kind of thing.
Yeah, I do. But you know what's fucked up is that I've been telling you this since 2010.
Yeah.
2010, bro. I'm a visionary in this shit, dogs.
Well, listen, you know what's amazing though, how behind we are. I mean, and it's not like the U.S. is so far away, right? It's not like we're so disconnected.
But this is Quebec. Quebec is really far behind.
Oh, but why? The rest of Canada too.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, the only real podcasts that are happening now are in Quebec and Canada.
Look, there's a lot. Like most of them.
I mean, good ones.
No,
I don't mean
lot of them
CBC's Power Hour of
exactly.
why are these birds able to fly and these ones aren't. I don't mean that.
But that's what it is. Most of the radio stations and TV stations now related to news, they jumped on the platforms, and they just, because it's easy for them, right? The content is there. They're recording it either on radio or on TV. They take the audio and they slap it on the platform. I think it's the exact same content. But it's a lot of news in Canada. I don't know about other podcasts. I mean, of course, there are many, but we were very late.
I have big news that I forgot to share. Our friends over at Orchid, you know Orchid the band, one of my favorite bands. So they made a song for the new Underscore Lobby. You guys actually have your own badass theme. Yeah, I forgot to share that. Sorry.
Yes.
It was sent to me last night. It's finally mastered and all done.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I have it in my possession. I might even have it on my phone. Yeah, you guys.
It's like a little theme song.
It's a good theme song. It's a long theme song. It's It's like an actual theme that the boys will be using for their. I don't know if we're gonna change the intellectuals next week to match this, but this is gonna have to be playing at some point somewhere because it's a fucking good theme. I actually like it as a song.
Play it. You have it?
Yeah, I'll play. I'm trying to find it now. I should have it in my downloads. You know my downloads, Poseidon?
Yes.
Downloads, audio. Do I have it? No, but it's okay because I already put it in the folder. So I'm just gonna pull it up from there. We have a shared drive. No, because you might fuck it up, so I'll just play it from my phone just in case. I don't want the whole thing to
crash and burn.
Yeah. It's a good riff. Yeah, you and fucking Guido going around bullying old people. Smacking Claudio Capri. You know what I want to do with it?
What?
It's a good song. It's like a minute long. I want to get someone to. We're gonna make like
Sounds badass.
like a Titantron video of you guys doing whatever the fuck it is you do. You know, Claudio crying, cutting in with black and white like the NWO did. Something like that. It'll be fucking hilarious. Yeah, they made a fucking good song.
Fuck, it sounds badass.
It sounds badass through the phone. Imagine when you hear it in good quality.
Yeah,
it's good. It's a very good song. It's one of the fucking best riffs he's done in a while.
It's very aggressive.
This is a friend of yours?
Yeah. The guys at Orchid were friends. Justin Vin, I had him on the podcast a while ago. I knew him for years from his iterations in different bands. And they were working on this. He was working hard. He watches all the shows, and he's a fan as well. So he wanted to do something like produce a good track, and he did.
A big thank you to Justin Vin, by the way.
Justin Vin and fucking the whole crew over there at Orchid, and they're working on their new album right now. I can't share too much information, but I've already seen the album cover and all that stuff, and it's fantastic stuff. I'm very excited
because that's a lot of hard work. Music. Like, because I've tried to look to see, you remember my producing DJing days?
Yeah.
The simple shit I couldn't do, you know what I mean? So I know there's a lot of hard work that goes into this shit, so big thank you.
No, big thank you to Justin. Very good.
Oh, man, it's complicated shit, bro, music. This music shit, it's complicated.
You know that our friend George was an actual musician. I used to go and watch his band play.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
You were?
Yeah.
Bouzouki style?
Bouzouki style.
No, he played. They were playing jazz. They played different stuff.
Oh shit!
Yeah, they were talented.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually no, it wasn't jazz. It was light rock. We did a lot of Greek stuff underground at that time. Now that
they would perform in subways, in the metros.
Yeah.
No. Do you remember what was it? Oppa on Park Avenue. I remember coming there.
We were permanently there, and then it closed.
God,
no, it was nice. It was nice.
They were called X Jazz.
X Jazz.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
So that was the name of their group.
X like EX or
no,
X?
like an X.
Like an X.
Hijaz.
Yeah, it's a play on words because there's a musical scale in Greek or Oriental music. It's called hijaz, so it's mostly played on bouzouki, and we just turn that into X Jazz, whatever.
Oh.
Yeah.
I see. Clever.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty. We had some fucking awesome concerts, man. I mean, I remember back in the day playing at the bar at Concordia, and just because of the songs, the music that we were playing, I mean, it wasn't really known over here, right? Back in the day, we were Big Slacks, nobody knew about them. La Vredi Macheritza and all these guys, these like soft rock guys in Greece, and you had all these off the boaters that just came out of wherever the fuck they were hiding, and they would jam up the place, man. It was amazing.
Yeah, he was good. Yeah. I don't know why. Why did you give up on your dream?
We didn't give up on the dream. I mean, reality kicked in. We all got married, kids. We actually, for the Just As Dads podcast, we wanted we did put the band back together. We wanted to do like a little kind of like a concert mini show, whatever, and we were gonna film it and do an episode of that, right?
Yeah.
But some of the band members chickened out and like, I don't want to fucking practice. I don't want to be next to you. COVID, we're gonna die.
Well, like, that's like the least rock and roll thing they could have said. Whoever said that, throw them out of the band forever. You're not rock and roll, bro. Scared of COVID. What are you talking about? You guys are snorting coke off hookers' asses and dodging AIDS, and COVID is bothering you. Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, and yeah, I mean, nobody. I mean, I hadn't touched my guitar in years, man. I mean, sometimes here and there with the kids, but yeah, it was fun. It was fun to get back together. Music's good, man.
Music's good. I wish I was talented in music. I love music. I'm just not good at it. It's like soccer. I love soccer. I know a lot about soccer. I could coach soccer, but I'm not good at playing soccer. Yeah.
Yeah, like I realized with music, same thing. I like music, but I'm terrible.
Like I love singing, but I don't think there's a worse singer than me.
Worse, bro.
Well, there's you,
bro.
At least I can. Okay. Yeah, you have no. Okay, you have no rhythm. That's different. At least I have rhythm, but we're both pretty pathetic.
Yeah.
But I love singing. I like singers. I love singing, but I'm just terrible at it, which is why I always do it in the shower and also in public, and I make people upset.
In public?
In public.
In public.
I wish.
Who was it? The karaoke thing, was it you or Poseidon? That clip was
the clip was him, but I sang karaoke that day too, and I came a little under mediocre. Poseidon fucked it up. He was doing REM's "Losing My Religion," but you ever heard that song, like "Losing My Religion"? That's me in the corner, and he just had his own thing. He's like, "That's me in the corner." It had nothing to do with anything, and we're like, "What the fuck?" And he's like, just tapping his foot. Losing my religion. And I was like, yo, where the fuck are these notes coming from?
Yeah, it's zero rhythm.
Yeah.
But you know who has a great singing voice that I realized that?
Kumia and Mike, both.
Yes.
Yeah, both can sing.
Mike blew me away. I was not
Yeah,
expecting that.
it was fucking embarrassing because the other two guys that were fucking singing were actually good. And Guido was there too, but he wasn't singing. He was fucking cleaning up whatever Anthony was fucking spilling on the floor like a goddamn slave. He was cleaning shit. But me and him had to sing, and we were terrible. And then the other two were like actually fucking singing. So it made us look even worse.
Yeah. And you know me, I'm not one to back away from a challenge either.
Yeah.
There was a great karaoke place on Crescent, I think, back in the day, and I think it burned down or they closed it down. But it was really, really happening, and it was really nice. I mean,
I can karaoke. I think it's fun to go with friends and yell into a microphone. I mean, I yell into a microphone for a living. So.
Yeah, and you have a few drinks. Everyone's a little tipsy.
Cheesy karaoke, man. It's like this stupid little tune, like ding, ding, ding. Like it's like the real. They had the real. Like the real music, like the real tracks, right? Without the vocals, obviously. And that was amazing. Back in the day, it was like a new thing because before that, it was just like some little tune there that you had to sing over. It was cool.
Pang Pang, they're saying. Are you talking about Pang Pang?
By the way, George.
No, Pang Pang, is it? No. Pang
Pang is not on Crescent. Pang is on De La Montagne.
No, I think, isn't it on... what's the street?
No, Pang Pang is on De La Montagne.
Is it?
I think so. Yeah, right on top. It's between Maisonneuve and Sherbrooke. If it still is there, I think. If I remember correctly.
Right.
I remember going there years ago. I remember weird things. Anyways, plug music, Poseidon. I hope you guys have enjoyed the morning news. I hope you guys have enjoyed the morning news. Jesus Christ. Hope you guys have enjoyed the morning news. You got some alien talk out of it. It's conspiracies. You got rooting news. You got women getting shot in the head and the police don't give a fuck. We give you everything today. Head over to panteliscomedy.com for all my links. See what the fuck I am up to. Go to patreon.com/Pantelis. Get access to Poseidon's weekend show, In Bed with Poseidon, where he and many of the city's finest escorts discuss all kinds of escort-related activities. Most of it is, Poseidon, how much you willing to pay? Patreon.com/Pantelis. Head over to the links in the description. Check out our boy Phil. Fill My Hole comes out every Sunday at curfew. And also our boy George Chickity South Shore Brassard Chandrizos. George is host with the most of the Backstage podcast, where he interviews people backstage, asks them hard-hitting questions. But also, he is one of the hosts of the career milestone of his podcast, Just Us Dads. Breaking records every week. It is by moms, for dads. Are you showing him in a communist light right now while I'm talking? Also, join his other podcast, Red or Dead. An in-depth view of the Chinese Communist Party.
Hold on, I'm gonna need a salute from you, George, quick.
Yeah.
Because I've prepared a little something.
Oh, right.
I need a salute, George. I need a salute from you.
What do you want?
Hello?
What is this? What is this? What is this? Is this the Chinese Communist Party song? Is that what this is? Oh shit, we're gonna get flagged. We're gonna get flagged. They're gonna be like, comrade, they're one of us. Oh God. Anyways,
I'm gonna stop.
thank you for checking us out. The commie bastard in the South Shore has his podcast, Just Us Dads. It is not just for dads; it's also for moms, for kids of age. You learn a lot. How do you handle having children during COVID? How do you speak to them about sex during COVID? Well, the gentlemen on Just Us Dads have already done so, and they're going to tell you how they did it and what to avoid, what kind of pitfalls to not fall for. Is that cool, Poseidon? You wanted to follow you too?
Yes, The Poseidon69.
ThePoseidon69, Instagram and Twitter. But also, if you like video games, he's on Twitch, twitch.tv/ThePoseidon69. Follow him. He yells at children. It's a lot of fun. Thank you guys for watching, and go fuck yourselves.